Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the James Brown Podcast. I'm your host Raj, and with me as always is my co-host Spencer.
Hello.
How you feeling?
Good. Happy Monday, everybody. What do you mean? Monday means nothing to us anymore.
It's true.
Why?
I'm done finals too. I'm free for now. High five.
We are done, and I am done probably for good. Maybe it depends on what I do with my future. You know, that whole future thing scares the crap out of me. But you're not done. You have that
one semester to go, one practicum to go.
Is it semester then practicum?
No, practicum goes on concurrently with this semester.
Scary, man.
Yeah, I can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. You know what's funny? Actually, it's not funny at all. But I was talking to my teacher about the practicum and what I need to do about it. And I asked, so how many actually passed last term? None. My senpais, none of them passed. All 20 of them failed.
But did they do the whole 3-try thing, like you said?
Well, they failed one try.
But they passed the next one?
I don't know.
You should have asked that.
Well, the next one hasn't happened yet.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nerve-wracking.
Their second try is my first try. I think.
That's freaking weird, man. That's creepy. Okay, so, nothing to do with school, but sort of. You promised that you would get Smash Brothers on the Wii U after you finished school.
Oh, yeah.
And you did, and color me surprised. I didn't actually expect you to do that. Because you played Smash Brothers for like 5 seconds on my Wii U. You're like, oh, this is awesome. I love Lucina. La, 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 la. And then I'm like, I don't know. He's probably doing it. And then you bought it. And I was like, that's pretty impressive.
Well, I also played it a good amount at PAX, and I knew I liked it already.
Mm-hmm.
This is my last day. I didn't even have a final on my last day. I had a presentation. I did a presentation. I went out to the pub with me mates, you know. Went out to the bar. Had a couple bevs. I made sure I only had one, actually, because I had to drive. So I drive, and my plan was to get smashed the next day. Wake up in the morning, get smashed. And then I thought to myself, I'm tired right now, but if I get smashed now, I don't have to wake up tomorrow morning, and I can wake up in the afternoon. And my desire to sleep in is significantly more powerful than my desire to be lazy. And so I drove. It was like 6 p.m. I went and got smashed. Actually, I went up there. She's like, I went to GameStop or EB Games in Canada, and I'm like, do you have a Wii U? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you have a Wii U bundle? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll buy it. I'm like, wait, do you have Smash? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I'll buy it. I'll take 3 controllers. She's like, do you want Amiibo? What's Amiibo? It does this. No. She's like, they're great stocking stuffers. I'm like, the system's for me. She's like, they're good figurines. No, I don't want it.
What controllers did you buy?
I bought the Wii U Pro controllers.
You got 3 of them?
Yeah. Those controllers are nice. I really like them.
Very nice controllers. I have 2 of them. I have 2. Levi has 2. And so that's 4. You have 3, you said?
Yeah,
Ray has
3.
1. So if for the Smash night that I'm having on Friday, if you could just bring your controllers, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Because I have 4 GameCube controllers.
I was going to buy the GameCube ones, but then she said there's no adapter. And she's like, you could order it online. I'm like, I want to play Smash as soon as I get home.
Don't worry
That's
about it.
not
I
happening.
have 4 GameCube controllers and the adapter, so.
Oh, sweet. So I bought Smash. I went home. The power went out. My Wii U updated, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready for Smash. Power went out.
Glad it didn't freeze in the update.
Yeah, the whole update finish was nice.
So funny.
I was so irritated. I'm like, this was the night of Smash, and now it's gone. So
Wasn't that you ditched on our hangout?
I did. Well, I went drinking.
We were still playing Smash when you got home and started playing Smash.
Really?
You could have come over.
Well, I was too tired.
Yeah.
And
right.
I was pretty tired. And so I was like, this is pretty early. I don't want to go to bed. And then my brother brought one of his friends home. And like they were like being loud and rowdy. He was like, all right, I'm done. So I went to bed. Wake up in the morning, rip open the case to Smash, put it in the Wii U, and my dad loves to watch Indian dramas. He comes downstairs, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna watch some dramas. And I'm like, stop right there. No, today this belongs to me. I played Smash for roughly 9 hours that day. I tried to unlock a bunch of, I unlocked most of them. I realized I'm really bad at Smash Brothers, so it took me a lot of tries to unlock a few characters. The hardest one was Dark Pit. He was a total bitch to unlock. I hated him.
Actually, I found me and Levi actually struggled to unlock Duck Hunt Dog.
Yeah, I still have to do that one.
He is a pain in
I couldn't beat All-Star mode. I was having so much trouble. I'm like, I'm so bad at this game. Because the only Smash Brothers game I've ever owned was the original on N64. And therefore, I was a kid when I played that, right? So I didn't really know how to play Smash Brothers. I just kind of, I played for fun. But now I'm playing to get good. And so I went to my memory and was like, who's the most OP? Ike. Ike is the most OP. So I went into All-Star mode with
not
Ike.
that OP though.
And then I just kept using the right stick, and I would insta KO everybody, and I got to the end, but it doesn't work on Dark Pit, and he kicked my ass, and I was like, please don't have to go through All-Star mode just to fight him again. So I just started like a regular brawl, and then I like suicided, and I started, and I was like, yes. So my main is Zero Suit Samus, so I chose Zero Suit Samus, and I destroyed him, and it made me feel pretty good. Like, I could see the skill level I have between Zero Suit Samus and Ike, where Ike is non-existent, and Zero Suit Samus, I actually know what I'm doing, kind of. It makes me feel good.
Most players have a main and a go-to. So there's like their main, which is for me is Bowser, and Levi's Kirby. And then their go-to is like the character you usually counter-pick somebody, or like you pick somebody who can do well against the other person, or someone who's different. So I have Bowser and Mega Man.
Oh, I thought Ganondorf was your...
No. I play 5 or 6 different characters.
Huh.
I play, like, it goes like in this level. It goes Bowser, Ganondorf. This is level skill, not want to play.
Okay.
Bowser, Ganondorf, Mega Man, Luigi, then Charizard. So
Charizard's really good.
He's fun, too, yeah.
He's super slow.
But I'm not that good with him. I just like that he's a Spike, which is fun.
He's cool. Yeah. I like him a lot. His side B, or I guess my go-to would be Peach then.
Side B. Charizard's side B is so spammable.
I know, I love it. It's just like Peach's side B. That's why I love Peach.
But you know his side B damages him, right? Just like Flare Blitz?
I had no idea.
Every time you use it, it adds percent.
What's his Final Smash? I never got to use it.
It's like some...
Is this Seismic Toss? It's not Seismic Toss.
No, Seismic Toss is up throw. So you can just like...
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I should do that.
I don't know. I've never used it.
I was like, it's Charizard. They had to put Seismic Toss in here somewhere. I just need to find it. And I couldn't find it.
They actually didn't have Seismic Toss in the first and Brawl, but Project M added Seismic Toss. And then they're like, oh, Seismic Toss. So it's pretty funny.
Well, you know what? I first picked Zero Suit. As I knew that's the two characters I really wanted to play were Zero Suit and Rosalina. Rosalina's still freaking complicated.
She's hard.
I do not understand this character, but I'm trying to figure it out. So Zero Suit Samus, I'm like cycling through costumes, like recolor. Oh, black, that's pretty cool. Recolor. Oh, gray, that's pretty cool. Suddenly, sports bra and shorts was like, okay, I have no choice, and I picked it. I'm like, if I don't pick this costume, I have lessened my worth as a man. And then I'm like reading online about like. Because I didn't understand Rosalina's moveset, so I like Googled her moveset. I'm like, what does this actually do? And then this one guy posted his opinion. He's like, anybody who uses Zero Suit Samus is an otaku. And that was it. He's like, he's an otaku pervert. And I was like, I ain't even mad.
Who's this guy?
I don't know. It's just some guy who's really tired of saying Zero Suit Samus.
The same night that the power went out for you and you cried and then went to bed, Ray and Georgie were over. And me, Janelle, Ray, and Georgie were playing Smash together. And what I really like about this generation of Smash is that everybody I know is maining a different person.
That's good.
Georgie's maining Greninja.
He is. He's actually good. He destroyed me.
No.
Okay, he's good compared to me.
Me and Ray just...
I know, he told me.
We combo wrecked Georgie so
many
times.
He's so mean.
It feels so bad.
He's crabby like me. Why do you gotta be so mean to him?
But Janelle was playing too, and we played teams. Me and Janelle verse. We destroyed. And then we played Ray and Janelle verse. They destroyed.
Apparently Janelle's really good.
I was like, who's the common denominator here? My wife. I probably shouldn't have taught her so well.
Who does she play?
Yoshi.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So Ray plays Little Mac. Janelle plays Yoshi. I play Bowser. Levi plays Kirby.
I play Zero Suit.
My older brother, Bryce, he just got the game too for his Wii U.
Nice.
He plays Duck Hunt Dog.
Okay.
Which is crazy. My boss, Issa, who's also like a good friend who plays Smash, he's coming too. He plays Villager or Robin, which is interesting.
Villager is complicated.
I just think it's fantastic that Smash has so many different characters that can appeal to so many different playstyles.
I don't think I'm going to win a single match in this tournament.
It's not a tournament, it's more for fun.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm going to get owned.
Janelle's making tons of snacks.
Oh, we can do 8-player Smash.
Yeah. That's
nice.
Why do you think we have so many controllers?
Yeah. So I'm excited now.
Mike's confirmed. Dave's confirmed.
Vinny Vinegar.
You're confirmed. I know Levi's confirmed. I think Issa and his brother are going to be there. And me, I guess, obviously, and Janelle. So there's going to be 8 people, regardless.
At least, yeah.
Ray and Georgie are going through the classic awkward Varky where they don't want to show themselves in front of people. Like, they hate people. And they'll come up with all the excuses.
It's true.
Like, Janelle was sitting there, and I was like, Ray, are you going to come? And he's like, no, I just, maybe, I think I'm going to be busy. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't like people.
Yeah.
So uncomfortable. And Janelle, like, pulls me aside in the kitchen and goes, isn't that like classic Ray? And I was like, yes, that's classic Ray. I was like, how do you know? He's like, well, he always backs out of things and whatever. And I'm like,
he leaves a back door for himself to run out.
We were just talking about this. Ray.
I was talking about. I posted in our line group. I was like, I played Smash for 9 hours, and like, I still suck, but I'm like, I'm finally learning. Like, I feel like I can somewhat know how to play.
The way it came out was like this. You're like, I played Smash for 9 hours, and I learned a few things. And Ray's like, but you still suck. And you're like, number one, I still suck. And Ray's like, oh, you already said it. Lo. And I'm like, oh, he's so mean. So Raj kind of explains what he learned, which is true. And Ray's like, it's actually like this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay.
He's like,
yeah.
Ray's a hardcore Street Fighter player. He's like, you need to like learn all your bread and butters. You gotta. Here's the thing. Okay, when Street Fighter 4 came out, I bought it because I wanted to play with Ray. Because I'm a good friend. Ray spent 10 hours in training mode mastering his combos. You know what I did? I played arcade mode for fun. And then I played online for a little bit. And then I got wrecked by Ray and I never played again because he's an asshole.
My little brother does all the combos too. Like, he knows all the combos that work for Kirby, right? And I get destroyed. But I've recently caught up to him because I've started to learn the combos. So people who say that Smash Brothers doesn't have a technical side are usually the people who play with items and with their friends.
It's not as technical. I'm one of those people. I play with items and with friends.
I get that it's not I don't think more technical doesn't mean better. Like, just because Street Fighter has so many button combinations that you could die, it doesn't mean that it's a more fun game than Smash.
Street Fighter will never be as fun as Smash Brothers.
I've watched Smash tournaments. Those are exciting. I've watched Street Fighter tournaments. They're okay.
I think they're pretty exciting.
I don't like the game that much, right? So people who hate on Smash for not being a real fighting game is because it's not one of those real boring combo-heavy fighting games.
So, to summarize the Ray thing, I called him a bitch, told him I stick him with my stinger, and then he stopped responding after that.
He did.
If you get a little vulgar with Ray, he'll shut up.
And the thing about Ray is, he said he's going to get better at Smash, which is good. And
the back door.
He owns the game now. And so he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to play. Oh, but Smash isn't that technical, so I'm probably not going to be that interested or play that much anyways. And what he did there, phenomenal. You guys should study this. He put a little back door, because every time you talk to Ray, he will one-up you in anything that he can possibly do. And when we play Smash, he's fairly decent. He has a good game sense, in that he'll wreck me even though he hasn't played that much, but I know he's been playing. But if I beat him, he'll go, I'm really busy, and the game's not that technical, so I didn't put much time into practicing it like normal. And, he'll always escape through the back door. And the poor guy, I don't know. I have no words. He's a special little dude.
Sometimes I wonder how we're even friends with him. Why do I like this guy?
It's because he's really sweet to people around us. Like, he's like the most gentlest person in Janelle. Like,
he's a reverse Soon.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
I don't understand.
Is
that even an archetype?
I don't even know.
Whatever. So I love Smash a lot. Now that we're both done school.
It's such a good game.
I had my first Smash party on the 19th, like I was saying.
Yeah, you should remind me when that's like drawing near because I won't remember.
I'm gonna update the Facebook group and text people because I want to get final numbers because my older brother wants to come.
I'll bring some drinks.
Okay, cool. Like I'm saying, bring any drinks you want, whatever. Yeah, obviously I don't drink, but you bring alcohol and stuff.
Well, I meant like I'll bring some 2 liters of pop.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, I think everyone. I said that everyone can bring drinks, but I think everyone knows me enough that they're just gonna bring pop. Anyways. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Mike's like, I'm gonna order pizza. I'm like, oh, we're gonna bake in the oven. He's like, no, I'm gonna order it for myself. And I was like, you might just
typical Mike.
I was like, you might just want to wait and maybe we'll chip in together. He's like, no, man. I'm like, wow, take it easy.
So I had a work party last night, and if you remember from a previous podcast, I don't really socialize with my coworkers outside of work. It's just kind of guy I am.
Who does?
You do.
Oh yeah.
So, but this time, one of my coworkers she's like, you should really go to this party. It'll be fun. And so I was like, sure, why not? So really, Siri? Really? What were you doing there?
I don't know.
What were you doing?
I was trying to reboot my phone and Siri.
Shame on
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna sidetrack here. When I was at work, this guy was like, what kind of phone do you have, Raj? I'm like, oh, I have a Windows phone. He's like, does that have Siri? I was like, yes, Cortana. He's like, is that any better? I'm like, it's the exact same thing. There'll be no difference.
Wait, did he ask? Do you have Siri?
Yeah. He's like, I want a new phone, but I wanted to have Siri. I was like, every phone has its own version of Siri.
It's true.
It'll be the same thing.
And Google Now is the far significant iteration of all of them.
I have no idea.
They did a test, and the number of right responses was significantly better with Google Now.
So anyway, I go to the party. It's a dinner at this Greek restaurant, and we had the entire top floor of it booked for just the people at my work. So I go up there. I'm there on time. I'm with my coworker and her boyfriend, and So there's a table where I want to sit. I'm a cashier, right? And I wanted to sit with the other cashiers, but the table only had 4 spots left. So 2 were going to be taken by my friend and her boyfriend, obviously. So I was going to sit in the other one. And then one of the other girls who was there, she's like, no, you can't sit there. I'm like, why not? And she's like, because we're saving it for this other girl, this one girl who everybody loves, and her boyfriend. And I was like, oh, okay. So I look around. And then I'm having flashbacks to your friggin' engagement shower or whatever, because my options are not looking too good here. There's 2 tables that are empty, so I could sit alone. Not gonna do that. There's a table full of the old people, and I mean like all of them are gray and like above 50 years old, and I have nothing in common with them. No, 1 table left, and that is the table of the mothers. And my boss is in that table. Actually, both of my bosses are in that table. So I sit at that table, and I'm with my boss. And my boss is a nice lady. I really like her. But we have nothing in common. So they're like talking about babies, like, because one lady just had a baby who I work with. She's a nice lady. And like they're showing me baby pictures. And here's the thing: when babies are born, they're friggin' ugly.
Yeah,
all right.
gross.
I mean, they look cute eventually, but when they're born, they're like, "Oh, this is so cute." And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "There's like 2 women there who aren't mothers. One of them's a coworker of mine called Sarah. So I go to Sarah. I'm like, "Is that a boy or a girl?" She's like, "It's a girl." I'm like, "How can you tell?" Like, they look the exact same. She's like, "I just know." I'm like, all right. Anyway, things get better when a certain woman named Brooke shows up. Now, Brooke is infamous for being absolutely insane at parties. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to go, is because I wanted to see firsthand. So Brooke shows up drunk, first of all, right? With her boyfriend. And that was pretty funny, Spencer. You can't reach your sausage. And so Brooke comes behind me and she hugs me from behind. I would like to say that she is in a very serious, committed relationship, by the way. So she hugs me from behind and she's like, "Look at you. You're surrounded by women." I'm like, "Yeah, it's no different from usual. I mean, I work with all women." And then I'm like, she's like, "Aren't you really happy? Like, there's so many girls around you." And I said, "Yeah, but they're all mothers, right?" And then she's like, "Well, they still have boobs, don't they?" And then she's loud. She's super loud. So all of them can hear, right? And she's like, "I bet you just want to stick your," she points to my boss, who is again, a woman with children. This is a mother. And she's like, "I bet you just," and I mean, my boss is she's a large woman. All right. And, she's well endowed. So she's like, Brooke says, "I bet you just want to take your face and motorboat her. I bet you just want to motorboat all these women." And she like points to this other lady who's sitting there. This lady's like in her 50s. She's like, "Her boobs are going to come out right now." And I'm like, "What?" I was crying. I had tears streaming down my face from laughing so hard. It was so funny.
I would have been mortified.
And then Brooke sees me crying, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I embarrass you?" And I said, "No, not me." And then she's like, "Did I embarrass myself?" I'm like, "I think so." And then she has like this glass of wine. She's just chugging it. And then I said, "Brooke, I think we need to hang out a lot more. You're a lot more fun than I thought you were." She's like, "We should hang out." And then she's like, "We should get naked too. We should get naked right now." And I'm like, "No, I'm okay, Brooke." And so she leaves. My boss is also crying. It's so hard. It's so funny. And then they're just like, all the women at the table are like, "She's insane." I'm like, "This is amazing."
That's so uncomfortable.
I know. So eventually, this other girl I work with, the girl who actually trained me, she comes up to me and she said, "Why are you sitting here? Why don't you sit with us?" So I move over, or I get up from the table and I go to her table, which was very little room anyway, but I managed to squeeze in. And so I'm sitting with her. And then, but I ordered all my food at the other table. So the server went to the other table and she's like, "He's not here." So she actually found me at the other table. Like, there's a lot of us, right? So I'm impressed that she found me. So she found me. She gave me my appetizer and then my other food. And I was like, "Oh, that's good." And then, the table that I originally wanted to go to, a seat opened up because a girl left to go to the bathroom. I'm like, "Oh, mine." So I snuck in. And then I'm like, "I'm not going to get my food." And then she found me again. I was like, she's like, "You keep moving around." I'm like, "Thank you for actually finding me and getting my food." And like, she's like, here's a new cutlery set because you kind of need it. You keep leaving yours at the other tables.
You're a pain in the butt.
I know. And then I gave her a big tip for that.
Good.
It also helped that she's really good looking. She was a super cute waitress.
Whoa, was that the end of the story?
That was the end of the story. I mean, I ate. I had a pretty good time once I moved tables.
Thank you. You should have at least ended it like that.
Brooke was
Don't end it like Chaika, bro.
What?
Don't end it like Chaika, bro.
Oh, God. Brooke was absolutely insane. She got worse as the night went on. She would yell at the top of her lungs, keep trying to get people to take their shirts off. She kept trying to get people to get naked. And I look at her boyfriend, and I'm just like, how do you deal with that, man?
Well, why is he even in that relationship? Probably for the post party.
She's like, God. She's like, she said, I'm in a serious relationship, and she put serious in air quotes on this. And I asked her, what's with the air quotes? She's like, well, I mean, we merged our bank accounts, and she's like, oh, we did that. He might as well put a baby in me now. And I was like, that's a pretty big leap.
Yeah, I mean, I merged my bank accounts, but we haven't had no baby put into her yet. Jeez Louise.
That's my work story.
Wow.
I had a lot of fun. And then I left as soon as I finished eating.
I would do that.
I had no reason to stay. I mean, there's a bunch of old people, and then so there's one guy won Employee of the Year, right? Because apparently that's where they give it out. And I'd never seen this guy before in my life. Like, after he got his award, I went up to him. I don't even remember his name, and I said, "Have we met before today?" He said, "Yeah, once or twice." And I said, "I don't remember you at all."
Where does he work?
I don't know. He's like, "Oh, okay." And I felt a little bit bad.
Way to dampen his glory day, man.
I didn't even say...
He probably thinks everybody knows him.
Dude, everybody's like, congratulations. I was like, I don't know who you are. I didn't even say congratulations to him. Because it would have felt hollow. I was like, I don't know who he is. Also, I finally figured out who the actual like store owner is. Because I know his name, but I had no idea who he was. Turns out I've seen him a lot of times. Never spoken to him because I just thought he wasn't that important. And turns out he's the manager of the store. Oh, well.
Wow, look at you. Employee of the Year and manager, and you just shove them to the side.
Yeah.
They ain't no women.
They're men. Don't need them.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm more ready than you.
I probably.
Okay. Probably not, actually.
Parasyte the Maxim, episode 11, the Bluebird. Why is it called the Bluebird? There was never a bluebird in this episode.
I don't know. It's probably some symbology that I'm not
Symbology? Symbolism?
Yeah.
Okay. Symbology is not a word, is it?
Why not?
It doesn't sound real.
Want me to ask Siri?
No.
I'll do it right now.
Fine, do it.
Okay. Define symbology.
Let me think. The definition of symbology is the study or the use of symbols and symbolism.
All right. So that's a real word.
Well, it was the wrong context because I wasn't referring to the fact that the episode was referring to the study of symbology. I was,
like I said, it should have been symbolism.
Close enough, though. I mean, close enough. And yes, Siri's a male. I much appreciate him rather than a woman telling me what to do. Turn right. No, I never got where I was going.
What? Okay, the Spencer's,
the sexism.
The sexism strikes again. Jeez. So they're running for mayor, which is really smart of them. But before we talk about that Yakuza fight, huh? Oh, baby.
That guy was OP, and he was counting 1, 2, 3. He just wrecked people, and it was really nice wreckage.
How? Because parasites can't move their bodies like that.
I don't know what he did to make his body super, though.
It could be that he's amalgamation of multiple parasites. That's what I was thinking.
Or he could have done what Migi did and just dispersed
He could have.
his particles.
If he did, because Amiga can do it, that means all of them can do it.
It's not like Migi's I think Migi is one of the smartest parasites out there.
Yeah. Just
because he met Shinichi, and Shinichi's more calm, and so Migi had to do everything for him. But, I don't know. I think that, I think it might be like a Spider-Man syndrome for the different parasites.
Mm.
It's a good name, man.
That's good, because that's going to make him a significantly more... It's going to make him a much more challenging enemy for Shinichi to fight.
Shinichi couldn't take, like, a parasite one-on-one. We saw that.
He doesn't even need Migi.
No.
So, if they can do this, if they can Spider-Man themselves, then it's going to have to be him and Migi at the same time.
Well, that's just as long as Migi lets Shinichi have a sword hand when he goes to sleep. That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're not going to get an episode this week.
Oh, he's so sad.
We didn't get 7 Deadly Sins either, which really bothered me.
I mean, it makes sense because it gave us 2 episodes in 1 week to celebrate the release of the stupid CG movie. But if you're going to do that and not give us an episode, just give us to week by week anyway.
I look forward to Wednesdays every single week for that reason.
Oh, there's nothing this Wednesday then because Chaika's over. This Wednesday's empty.
And I have Wednesday off.
I do too.
Guess I'm just playing Smash all day then.
Oh man.
Actually, I have a lot of different animes to catch up on.
I'll play League.
I'll watch Ippo.
Or Smash. Oh yeah, I still have to watch season 3. I have to watch a lot of things.
Okay. What I liked about this episode is it shows that maybe some parasites are actually trying to go about fixing the world the right way. Because from what Ryoko, is that what her name?
Yep.
Ryoko was kind of explaining to us was that they were sent classic idea. Humans are the bane of the earth, and that some sort of alien parasite was sent to wipe them out because the earth needs help. I guess that's kind of what she's thinking.
Yeah.
That they needed, but these politicians are going about it through a Greenpeace sort of way.
And it's actually really smart. They're like, we'll clean up all the pollution, but humans are the pollution.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they're gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh,
humans are the pollution.
I didn't even realize
they're gonna
that.
kill us.
I thought they were being good guys.
No.
Oh, okay.
So, this was bound to happen eventually, where at least a few parasites team up because there's strength in numbers already, and they just try to fit in with society and go for a position of power because then they can start making life better for themselves, and maybe eventually they won't be hunted as heavily.
Oh, and the stupid frickin' hair thing backfired immediately.
Yeah,
we knew that.
We totally called it.
Like, oh, look, your hair. Oh, it's moving. Dead. And she's like pulling the body. That was kind of nasty. Pulled the body. I mean, this whole series is nasty, but pulled the body into the forest. And then there's like, I need help. And just eat.
I'm too full. I can't eat this whole thing.
She's like, I don't want to eat like alcoholic meat or whatever. I mean, what was he planning on doing with that girl? Like actually living his relationship with her or what?
I don't know. Maybe he was just like waiting to eat her.
I love that he tried. She's like, oh, you're so bad. He's like, He's like, thank you.
She's like, you're so cool. I'm like, how is he cool? And this, like, he has no emotion. This guy is frozen.
So that Murano kiss, hey? Yeah. Poor Kana. I want Kana.
I want Kana to win. And the Murano. Okay, so I appreciate Shinichi's feelings. I want him to be happy, and I like that he's like, this feeling of like or love that I have for her is solely mine and not Migi's, because he knows Migi can't feel that way. So he knows for a fact that he's still at least somewhat human. Mm-hmm. And then on the inverse, Murano's just like, I wish this could have happened sooner, and I kissed the real Shinichi. Come on!
Yeah.
Are you still on about this, you dumb girl?
Just accept him for who he is. At least
it's too late. It's this Shinichi. You made out with him and you blushed. You obviously like him. Just accept it.
I really hope that Murano dies.
I don't think she will, but I want her to.
I don't know, man. This has been a series of weird deaths of main characters.
She's like, Shinichi never came back from that trip. I should have never let him go.
You know what this is also a season of? Animal cruelty. You know how many animals have died this various anime series?
Hasn't been a lot.
Well, there was the cat in Grisaia.
That cat didn't die. Oh, yeah. Right.
There was the dog in Grisaia. There's the dog in Parasyte.
Yeah.
And there's the other dog in Parasyte that just got wrecked when he was flying around. I mean, like, I don't know if I could come up with any more ideas, but I mean, there's
a million animals in Chaika like I did.
There's a time when Hawk got roasted by the Thunder guy, but I mean, that's a different story.
So, one thing Shinichi needs to do, but he doesn't understand that Murano's going. I mean, he does, but he doesn't get why she's going through this, which is fine because women make absolutely no sense.
Men never understand.
Yeah, women make no sense. They're creatures that just aren't logical, I guess. And please don't hurt me. So, this is what Shinichi needs to do. He needs to go to Murano and say, "My mom is dead," because that explains everything.
It does.
Why are you a different person? My mom died. Why are you so cold? My mom died.
Ko got over it. So did she.
Every time, Spencer. So, apparently in the manga, Shinichi never tells anybody that his mom's dead. And, I mean, I can kind of understand why. It's like, what do you say? My mom got murdered by a man-eating monster? Because, I mean, no one's going to believe you. He could just say she died in an accident. It's probably the best way. But then again, he doesn't want to think about it because his mom literally rips him apart. When he thinks about her, his emotions cause a rift in him and give him physical pain. Which Murano's like, she's like, "Are you okay?" Like she didn't even care.
No.
She's like, "You okay?" "Oh, you're fine, Shinji. You're just silly." Meanwhile, he's like, "I'm dying. There's a hole in my chest."
Well, he was feeling all emotional because he was looking at the kid back talking to his mom, and he's like, "Don't do it. Your moms don't last forever.
What kid says, I wish you were dead? I've never said this to my mother.
Me neither.
I've been mad at my mother. I've never said that.
No. That's rude and offensive.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So I got it working.
It's good. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're welcome. How did this episode end?
With the politician parasites. And then he ran into Kana.
And then he kissed Morano at the end, didn't he?
No, it was before that.
I thought it ended with her crying, saying...
No, Kana asked him out because of the kiss. And she said, this will be my final wish, or something like that. I don't know what she's going to do.
And we're going to have to wait 2 weeks.
Oh, her dream. Did you see that dream of hers?
Freaking dream.
Okay, her dream, aside from being funny, did you
Creepy.
notice? Well, yeah, creepy. His hand was Migi in that dream.
Oh, really?
His hand, when it was in a sword mode, right? His hand, it had Migi's eye.
Oh, weird.
She knows.
Well, she had a dream.
She knows
at least.
internally, at least.
The horse looked like a parasite horse, like it did. The other things didn't look like parasite people,
No.
but the horse did. It's a freaky little horse, man.
So that's something.
That's something else.
Fate Stay Night, episode 9, The Distance Between Them. So Shinji...
And episode 10.
Well, we'll talk about episode 10 after. Shinji is... Well, he gets a new guy in episode 9. He's like, you want to fight? Because Shinji's just like being pissant and like being really annoying.
What's the blonde guy's name?
We haven't been told. I know what his name is, but we haven't been told it yet.
So you're not going to spoil?
No, I will not spoil it for you. Though I don't think his name is actually... I mean, if I tell you his name, it's not going to mean anything to you. It's just a name.
Spoiler. Fast forward 10 seconds if you want to not hear this.
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh?
Yeah.
What kind of name is that?
I don't know. Just
Go to Gilgamesh. Oh, June. Okay, we're back. Anyways, Guru Ganesh.
I don't really remember too much about what happened in episode 9 because episode 10 was the more important one.
I don't remember what happened in episode 9 either.
Okay. Archer got in a fight with Saber, and he's acting really weird, and he says Castro would be a better ally than Emiya.
He keeps saying that, yeah.
Because it makes sense. Emiya's a loser, and he can't do anything until the end of episode 10. So Tosaka's like, go home, and she leaves him at home now. Like he's stuck at home. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of crappy.
Well, she used 2 command seals on the guy.
Yeah.
To make sure he listens. 2 of them.
Yeah.
What a beast.
So in episode 10, I like this because when they think the teacher, he is a teacher, right?
Soichiro, yeah.
I think he's a teacher.
Soichiro is also the main...
Oh, no, I forgot the most important thing that happens in episode 9, where Emiya strips his best friend.
Yeah, he does.
And then the guy's like covering his body with his hands, and he's just so scared. He's like, what are you doing to
I'd
me?
be scared. And that comes up later. Poor Issei.
I love how Tosaka, her face that she makes was so funny. The episode 9 overall was pretty boring.
Right, they were watching
But
the
that
blonde
was
guy
funny.
creep Sakura.
Yeah,
But it wasn't Sakura they were creeping, it was actually Shinji, right? What do you say?
Shinji, yeah.
Shinji, yeah. Interesting.
So, when he stripped him, my one thought was, you didn't check below the pants, because we don't know if a tattoo could go below. And if it can, I mean, no one's going to strip you that far to check. So...
I mean, as of yet, all of them have been on the hands,
Yeah.
so...
So anyway, episode 10, The Fifth Contractor.
I assumed it would be Soichiro.
Well, once they said that he lives at the temple, it was pretty obvious that it had to be him.
And Tosaka comes in and Issei's like, no, don't. I'm just like, what a chump.
Okay, so when they're going to fight him, right? And then Emiya's like, he picks up a wooden sword, and he picks up a second wooden sword. I was like, get over it. You're not...
He is trying to get over it.
You suck, dude. Just use one sword.
I don't know why.
You were taught how to use one sword by one of the greatest swordsmen in the world. Use it.
Why is he so fixated on Archer's moves?
I don't want to tell you.
He seems like a very childish character.
I know exactly why. Okay, so I was talking about Fate Stay and how good it was on the last day of school. Somebody spoiled Fate Stay for me.
The whole thing?
Huge spoiler. Huge spoiler.
Don't tell me.
Enormous. I will not tell you, but they spoiled the ending, and they spoiled what Archer's true identity is. Because remember in the beginning of the episode, he doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
He still doesn't know who he is. So,
Well, I know he's got all the swords and stuff in him and all that jazz.
I know I don't know what that means, but
Okay.
so I know who Archer is,
What's the point of even watching
and
anymore?
I mean, I still like the action,
Yeah, I guess so.
and I know once you know who Archer is, everything else makes sense. It's a pretty big spoiler. So hey, fuck you, Zach. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Feels bad, man.
It's a pretty bad feeling.
So, obviously, okay, whatever. But he
So,
seems so childish being fixated on those 2 swords the whole time.
Oh, I thought you meant Archer's childish. Archer's pretty badass. So
No,
yeah, Emiya's a loser. I looked around. online, I mean, on forums and stuff, it is a general consensus that Fate Stay Night is really good, but Emiya is crap. The general consensus is, why is this main character so bad?
Why did they pop Unlimited Blade Works into the beginning? They
What do you mean?
said Unlimited Blade Works in the anime.
Did they?
Yeah. There was
When?
like this poem going at the beginning. It's like, my heart is still like Unlimited Blade Works.
Apparently that's like some kind of chant, a magical chant. Yeah.
Unlimited Blade Works.
Yeah.
Sounds like they just
I think Unlimited Blade Works is like, it's a VN. Cause it's like, there's Fate Stay and then like there's Fate Hollow and like, it just goes on and on and on, right? I think Unlimited Blade Works is like a branch or something.
oh, well, whatever.
Either way, so at the end, Emiya, like, he uses projection magic, which he apparently had, and he combines it with strengthening. So he strengthens his own body, which makes sense.
Mhm.
I figured he would do that. But somehow that made Archer swords
Well, because he really wanted to make them.
okay. But how? Okay. I guess it kind of makes sense because he projects them, but he said they'd be hollow. So
But
he
then
strengthens
strengthened
them
the
so they're not
projections,
hollow.
Yeah.
Okay. So by that logic, Emiya should be able to make anything.
Yeah.
That's OP.
Yeah.
But if they're hollow, then they can't be anything more intricate than a blunt weapon. Because he can't like make a rocket launcher then.
No.
Because he doesn't know how that works.
Yeah.
So it'd have to be
It's
some
like
sort
a
of
shell of something.
it'd have to be some sort of sword.
He
Or
can- yeah.
spear. Or like lance.
How handy for the war. Pretty much.
Okay, so that makes sense. What doesn't make sense is how he's able to use them like a master. Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
What the
He can project skills.
what the hell? So he's like I want to be as good as Archer today. Ugh.
Yeah, and then he does it. I don't know.
I hate this prick.
Fate Stay's good. It looks really beautiful, but I'm just not being captivated by the story as much as I thought I was.
So Archer was a badass. He destroyed Saber.
Pretty much went.
Oh my god.
He went full Epo.
He
on them.
did. He just wrecked her so bad.
Full Epo.
And the people are like, in the comments, like, it's just because he got the surprise on her. No, he didn't. He just destroyed her.
Crunchyroll comments. Why do they talk about characters like they're real? I'm gonna defend Saber. Saber's my waifu.
They're like, if it was an even fight. It wasn't an even fight. Saber got wrecked because she's not as good as him.
Saber
Like,
tried to surprise him.
She stabbed him, and he caught it. And he's like, pow, 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 you're owned.
Did they not realize that Saber was underhanded in that fight at the beginning?
And also
she got
Saber.
wrecked?
So, can I tell you Saber's true identity? Because, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
She's Joan d'Arc?
No, she's not. I thought she was too. She's Alexander the Great,
Oh.
but she's a girl. So because I was confused, and I'm like, why is she a girl? She's Alexander the Great. Because, her root, I mean, needs a love interest, right? So they just made her into a girl. So then I got really confused, and I asked my friend, like, so is everybody else gender bent? Is Archer actually a woman? They're like, no. It's only Saber who's gender bent.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So he's kind of sleeping with Alexander the Great. I mean, he's not sleeping with her yet, but I'm assuming it'll happen eventually.
Should we have spoiled that?
Who cares?
Yeah. Is it a big reveal?
No, I don't think so.
What if it is?
But she's wielding Excalibur. Only one person wields Excalibur.
Arthur.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, that's what I said. King Arthur, didn't I?
No.
Did I say Alexander the Great?
Yeah.
Okay, I meant King Arthur.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
King Arthur.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes a little more sense.
I don't know why I said Alexander the Great. That was weird.
Oh, because if she showed the sword, it would automatically show that she's King Arthur. Because it's Excalibur.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand now.
Only
That's
one-
why she's always hiding it.
Yeah. I guess.
What's happening?
What?
You're retreating. The conversation is retreated. Are you regretting your spoiler?
No. I'm not. I do not live a life of regrets.
I could edit it out if you
No,
want.
it's okay. Leave it in. It's
Okay.
all good. So let's move on to Bahamut, episode 9. Decision in the Wailing Woods, a.k.a. How bad can we make dragons look?
Oh my gosh. No. It's not even that. Like, the dragon itself looks decent. It's just that... No, it looked
Did you say Dees?
decent, yeah. It's the fact that they decided to save so much money that they were going to make one animation movement every 5 seconds.
It was so bad.
It was so ugly. You know what? The one thing Bahamut has done horrendously from the beginning is freaking CGI. I don't even understand. It's horrendous. Brutal. It's total world removal. Like, it's like, oh, I'm totally involved in this. Oh, no, I'm not anymore. Oh, no. Who let the kindergartner decide the CGI?
Oh my god.
It was brutal.
So there's a war brewing between the army of the angels and the army of demons. Joan of Arc is, what do you call it?
She's gonna get wrecked. She's been betrayed.
What's the word? Framed. She's been framed.
Framed.
So she's probably gonna...
Get wrecked.
No, she's probably gonna make a deal with whoever that demon is
She's gonna get
and
wrecked.
break
though.
out. I don't think she's gonna die.
Maybe.
She's probably gonna turn evil.
The wreckage is real.
Or whatever. I guess you turn evil when you make a contract with a demon. She probably will be. So that's gonna happen. Once again, Favreau is considering killing Amira, which is like the third or fourth time he's done this.
No big deal.
And he's not going to do it. We all know that.
He's going to be the hero.
We'll change fate on our own. I love how she calls him Fava. That's super cute.
Fava. And he has a tooth sword, so there's that.
He's a what?
His tooth sword.
What tooth sword?
Or a spike sword?
Spike sword.
Claw sword?
What are you saying?
He has a sword now.
Favreau?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he has a
made
sword.
of Bahamut.
Oh, the Bahamut. No, it's Bahamut.
Who
Bahumuto.
cares? I couldn't read what the stupid dragon was saying anyways.
Yeah, Bahamut's like thing that's... This is what's going to happen. Most likely. Amira is going to get absorbed into Bahamut. Bahamut's going to break free. Favreau is going to shank Bahamut with his own tooth, break Amira out of that, and then Bahamut will be defeated.
Yep.
That's
and Kaiser with Favreau the whole time.
Somewhere along the way, Kaiser with Favreau. Also, Rita's with the demon now, so there's that.
So there's that.
But the thing is, I don't sense any danger with Rita, or I don't feel any danger with her, because she's dead. She's already dead. What are they going to do? Make her more dead?
Well, she could die more and become unanimated, so that'd be sad.
Meh.
See, I have a big problem, I think we both do, is that we believe so strongly in anime, but the smallest things begin letting us down, and we just give up. Like, we do that a lot.
The last 2 episodes have been pretty boring.
I just have a bad feeling about this, man.
This might end really badly.
Like,
I don't think it will, but it might.
It started off so beautifully, but now it's just gotten so convoluted. I think what happens is I get so excited about the mystery of the world and all the excitement because I expect it to be something that's sort of like Seven Deadly Sins, which has a long storyline with story elements that are hidden for a long time. Like Full Metal Alchemist did that too.
Yeah.
You didn't know the full story until revealed later. Bahamut has left everything bare now. We know the main bad guy. We know, like, because it's almost over, right? And we knew that it was demons versus angels, like, pretty much from the beginning, and the Favreau reveal that he was not the killer of Kaiser's dad was not that exciting for me either. I don't know, man. I just get so much excitement, and then when it actually reveals what they're planning on doing with the story, I'm like, jeez. Like, this isn't going to be that exciting, I don't think, the ending.
I just don't like the thing that they're like trying to hype up that Favreau has this hard decision to make because everybody and their mother knows he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
He hasn't done it before. He won't do it again.
And I'm not excited for the Bahamut final battle because it's
I don't
want to
see. It's going to be so ugly. I don't want to see
and
that. And
maybe the dragon will come in to save them, and there'll be so many different frame rates. Like Bahamut will be moving at 10, and then the green dragon will be moving at 5 frames per second, and Favreau at a buttery smooth 24. They'll be all battling, and it'll be like slow motion. Maybe they're going to incorporate that into the story. Favreau, how can you move so fast? I don't know. He's moving so slowly. I can see his movements. I don't know. It's stupid.
You know how Amira kissed Favreau in the beginning, right? To give him the tail? He kissed a 5-year-old.
So there's that.
Favreau was a
but that's just how you, it wasn't his fault. He was passed out.
That's true. It's not his fault.
That was back in the glory days, when this series excited me.
Yeah, when I thought Amira was a lot better than she is now. When she wasn't fugly.
She's been ugly since the first episode.
No, she's been ugly since he put her hair in that...
First episode.
It's not the first episode. She's been fine the first episode. I liked her when she dressed as a witch.
Oh, yeah.
She was cool as a witch.
Yeah.
I missed the witch outfit.
I don't know, man. This is... Actually, it came out today. Is this the final episode?
No, it's probably going to go till 12 or 13. 7 Deadly Sins did not come out today.
Sad.
Or yesterday or whenever it's supposed to come out. So we'll move on to Log Horizon episode 10 and 11. 10 being Guildmaster, 11 being Retry.
So Guildmaster...
I was right about Guildmaster being a complete wash.
It was.
It was so boring.
I did other things while
that
listening to William
episode
pat his
was the most
ego.
pandering episode to the audience that I've ever seen.
Oh, for sure.
It was like, hey, you guys like games, right? Look how amazing you are. You guys are so cool. Like everybody loves you. You guys are great. And even on Twitter, I saw some stupid assholes being like, this like represents us. Like I saw the screenshot where he says, we're gamers, damn it. Like uploaded so many times. And every single person, if you uploaded it, I'm sorry to say you're an idiot, but every single person uploaded, I'm like, you're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb.
It's because they're trying to find a way to justify their existence. Right? Like, I understand. I've had it. You've had it. When we had an epic combo going in League, or when we played an RPG together, or all this stuff, we've had those moments where we're like, this is amazing. But if that's all you frickin' do with your time, you need to do other things.
I play a lot of League of Legends, but I do other things. I play a lot of video games. Like, I play, like, I don't know, let's say on average, I'll probably play 2 to 3 hours a day. All right? I think that's a good amount. People know that I play that much, but I've never had a girl saying, "Oh, you spent all your time playing games? Oh. I mean, I had that one girl who was like, all you do is sit in front of the computer. But
That was a
her,
long time ago.
other than her, she didn't understand. She hasn't grown up yet.
Look, I know that we're almost in the age where esports are nearly as popular and accepted as sports. Like, I get that. But the fact of the matter is, it's as difficult becoming a professional athlete as it is becoming a professional esport player.
What I'm saying here is that the gamer stigma is more or less dead at this point. It doesn't exist anymore. People are more accepting of this. People don't rag on other people for playing games. This episode was completely pointless.
It's true. Everyone who plays games, it's usually very accepted. I think everyone was saying, yeah, about because everyone was trying to justify how much they play games. Because people are like, we spent hours and that's all we did. And the guy's like, I was an antisocial guy, but I found my friends in online, which you can do. I understand that. You can do that. And the problem is these guys were all excited that they got sucked into a game. Everyone else would be excited too. But
I have a new group of friends that I've met through League, which is really cool. Like, I met him on League, and we hang out in real life. We go out for dinner and stuff. So I met this guy, and then I met his friends. Like, I'm in that group now, right? And it's super cool.
I've never really met anybody online. Usually the people I play online are people I know in real life. There's just always a balance. You have to balance your real life because eventually, unfortunately, you're not going to get sucked into the game that you spent so many hours on.
I wouldn't want to be.
And when your parents kick you out of the house and you have to get a real job and actually socialize and maybe get married, I don't know who to whom, or if you want to be like non-married your whole life, whatever, that's fine. But eventually life's going to hit you and you should try to be prepared a little bit. Because knowing how to do a Grandmaster spell or pop your all at the right time is probably not going to help you out in real life.
This episode was horribly pandering and it didn't work on me or you. All it did was annoy us.
Yes.
And it was a waste of my time.
I was not inspired.
It was a complete waste of my time.
I was watching this episode because I caught up to log rapidly at Whistler.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was at Whistler. Like, I was enjoying my time. We had a sweet hotel. I was with my wife. I watched a couple episodes a day. And I'm sitting here surrounded by beautiful mountains and people who are snowboarding. I'm watching this episode. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, whatever. So the next episode was actually decent.
Oh, yeah. The retry was fantastic. And this is because we go back to the raid. Shiroi, probably by Shiroi's command, Naotsugu and Shiroi were both hiding their new armor. And Shiroi's armor just looks like winter clothes, but he has a sweet staff.
He does.
And Naotsugu's armor is just like, it's kind of like his old armor, but like more markings on it.
Yep.
So that he's been hiding it from the guild, the other guild, which is, I mean, it makes sense. He doesn't want to show his hand, but now he does. He learned that from his death. So this was really cool. They fight the boss up until he goes on standby where he has to, like, where he makes the, little blobs. And then they book it to the other boss. And then the two show up. And then they can just barely fight both at the same time.
Because
that's
of the radius.
So cool.
So cool. And you know what? This Log Horizon really shines. Regardless of how it was trying to pander to the audience, it does really shine in its realistic portrayal of RPGs and what it's like to actually play. Like, the way that everyone was interacting and the actual strategies that had to go on and the cooldowns, it's so accurate. It's good. It's amazing.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And I loved how they were planning the different radiuses of the two raid bosses. Like, it's fantastic. It's so good.
So I got a small spoiler in Log Horizon. Remember, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but do you remember when they were talking about, like, if you play the gender opposite of yours, you'll turn into that gender? Yeah. So someone spoiled the payoff for that. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
Is there a manga for this?
Light novel.
Oh, okay.
I'm very much looking forward to when this is revealed. It's so funny. But, what's the idol's name? What's her name? Tetra?
Yeah.
She's joining Log, which was obvious. I mean, she's in the opening.
That. Yeah.
But I love how she's like, I can't wait to tell you. And that's I'm like, is she gonna confess? Like, is this really happening? She's like, I'm joining Log Horizon. She starts shaking her butt at him. Like, Shiroi already gave me the go ahead. I'm like, Shiroi, what the hell, man? Even Natsuko was like, thanks a lot, Shiroi.
Thanks, man. Okay, so what happened with Demikas and Shiroi at the end?
Well, he threw Shiroi at the goal. He's like, see ya.
But was he being a good guy?
Yeah, he's being a good guy. He just hates Shiroi. He hates Shiroi, but he put aside his differences to help end the raid.
Interesting. Good for him.
Yeah.
And he said his name. Demikas.
Yeah. You can call him Demi.
Demi.
Or Democracy.
So
I like Tetra a lot. I love how she goes. Oh, and I like the flashback to when he, like, the people of the land, the Demikos was like kidnapped the girl.
Yeah, and his
wife.
She's
like, just kill me. If you're not gonna clean, kill me.
Yeah, that's his wife.
Yeah, that's his wife now.
Okay. Pulled full. He went straight Kevin. Oh. Okay, so we're at a point now where the team's split in three. For some reason, whatever team is fighting the big armor guy is failing, apparently.
Well, there's no team fighting him. He's alone.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's what they did. So they're trying to take down... Why? Are these two bosses easier than him?
Well, he doesn't need to be defeated to get to the goal.
Oh, I see. So now they're taking two bosses at once. Shirway's now in Golden Temple facing...
The guy from the Kunio clan.
Kunio clan.
Who's with another boss.
Who's weird with a weird...
It's like an owl thing.
Ghibli-looking face. Like
that thing's another raid boss.
Yeah. And he's sitting by it.
So Shirway has to fight a raid boss on his own.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, man. Maybe he'll talk to it.
But I'm really excited. And unfortunately, we have to wait till next week.
When the music started playing at the end, I was like, no, I need it. I need it now. Chaika episode 10, The Girl with the Gun, though. So, to quote Mr. Stephen Kopp on Twitter, one of the saddest moments of life is removing Chaika from my Crunchyroll queue.
That was really sad.
And I agree with you. Chaika, so I listened to our last podcast, and by last I mean I listened to the podcast where we reviewed the end of Chaika last season because I wanted to know what to give it. I completely forgot what rating I gave it. I gave it a 10. You also gave it a 10. Or you gave it a 9. It was one of them.
I wouldn't give it a 10.
I gave it a 10. Because I love Chaika and I love this season, but I have issues with this last episode.
This is not going to get a pretty high grade from me, actually.
So, what we should do, I think, is at the end of this, give Chaika season 2 a rating and then give Chaika overall a rating. Yeah. So the reason I have some issues. First of all, Dragon Cavalier, so cool. Yeah. We've been waiting so long and it finally happened. Oh my god, was it cool? And
nothing like that erection kill, hey?
Oh, that was so awesome. He gets stabbed. I was like, isn't he just going to heal? And then shing! And like, oh!
Like, my Schwartz.
He got wrecked. I still don't understand what Shin means when he says Toru's not cut out to be a saboteur. Do you mean he's cut out to be an assassin or something? I don't really...
He's not cut out to serve the bidding of anybody he chooses. He's not someone who's to serve somebody.
He's to be his own man.
He's his own man. And he's got too much of a will to do that.
Okay.
How many times has he said no to Chaika?
It's true, a lot.
He hasn't really been a saboteur this whole season. So
some things that... first of all, another thing that doesn't make any sense. Why did Shin go with Gaz? I have an answer.
Because he's a saboteur.
No, but okay. His master was Heartgen. Once his master dies, he has no loyalty to anybody anymore. You can leave.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Unless his loyalty was actually to Black Chaika, which would make sense, because Black Chaika is the one who told him to go with Gaz.
I think it was Black Chaika.
That would make the most sense.
And Black Chaika has a body again? What happened to that spine?
Yeah, what happened to that spine?
What was that thing? I kind of want to rewatch.
Did she regen? Did she have that, on her butt?
I don't know what that was. That was weird, man.
So, that didn't make sense. The main thing that was bad about this episode was that Gaz died like that. Oh, that was a bad snap. Like that.
There was no battle.
It was... He pointed his gun at Chaika. I'm not going to shoot Chaika. She flies to Chaika.
He was like, I have personality.
Yeah. No, you don't. You don't have personality at all.
I have personality. And then she transforms into a gun. And she's like, pew. And then he's dead.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'll just fire another. Bleh.
Okay, and why is it...
I was like, at least...
How is Chaika's shielding magic more OP than his firing magic to save Toru?
At least give us a beam struggle. Right?
Yeah.
At least give us a
beam struggle would have been nice.
For the shielding magic, I don't think he was firing all out against Toru.
He wouldn't need to.
Yeah, he wouldn't need to. Toru would get wrecked. Dude, he wrecked Frederica so hard. Oh my god. Frederica gets wrecked a lot in this series, but this was the most... She got turned into mincemeat.
Yeah, she did.
Just like, chop, chop, chop.
You know
my god.
Everyone keeps saying that Frederica's... Okay, they're like, oh, Frederica's so OP that she needs to be killed first. No. Look, who's been killed the most? Frederica. She's not that strong. How many people have found ways to wreck Frederica this season?
It's true. It happens
Tons
a lot.
of people. She's actually probably the weakest member of this whole cast. She got speared, stabbed. She had to transform into Mini-Me. That was last season. She got cut in a million pieces. She got arrows stabbed through with specific dragoon poison.
No, it wasn't dragon poison. It was just poison.
Powers
really
have been nullified. She's been nullified this whole season. She even got wrecked when she was flying over the island and she had to fight other dragoons and she got owned.
It's true.
She's not that strong.
It's true. She needs more training. But so Toru's career is now Dragon. Once you're Dragon Cavalier, you're one for life. Yeah. So
his career is now local old folks home caretaker.
All right, so talking about that. So Chaika, I predicted this to happen. She had to use her memories. Whatever, fine. So she uses her memories. It's using pretty much all of her memories, and then the connection gets severed. And then I think that's why Neva's stuck as a gun, because she either severed the connection herself, or she like took the memories from herself and then she stuck. I don't know. The point is, Neva's a gun now, and
My
she
problem,
can't turn back
my whole problem with this whole ending episode was there should have been one more. There's way too much loose ends.
It was rushed.
Like Neva, boop, there she is in a bookcase. Oh, Neva, no. And then there's like, I think they spent way too much time with the Gillette Squad, wrapping up the Gillette Squad. Like, I feel like the Gillette Squad is perfectly wrapped up. I don't want to say anything about them. And then we're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is great. Oh, wait, we get 2 minutes with Toru and Chaika walking up a field, and she's in like some white gown. Oh, there's a tree. And then we get 1 minute with, obviously, which is, really nice, but we got Akari writing a romance novel.
Fanfic of her.
Prologue. That was only the prologue of her having a romance, which is great. Okay, and then Red Chaika's there? That's cool. Where's David and the other girl?
I think, Red Chaika came to visit. I think she's living with David and the other girl.
I guess so.
So they must live really close to each other.
But does Chaika still have her memories?
Don't know.
Does she still remember Toru?
Don't know.
What's Toru doing? Is he still a Dragon Cavalier?
He's obviously taking care of her.
What happened with the world?
He is Dragon Cavalier.
Like, it's just way too much unknowns, and it's just over.
The biggest is they haven't. I'm assuming Chaika lost most of her memories, and then therefore he's slowly getting her back to whatever she was before.
I was not satisfied with this ending. It wasn't a bad ending, but it definitely wasn't good. It wasn't bad enough that Luca Castle needs to put it on the bad ending sheet, but it was not a good ending. I'm not satisfied.
I need more.
I was so hyped about Chaika for so long, and they end it like this. This is a stereotypical rushed last episode.
It was. I don't know if there's going to be an OVA. There might be. But, phone call, ho!
Just a second.
So that's the second time we've been interrupted by your work.
I'm sorry, man. I'm excited. I just transferred to a new pool, so I'm going to I'm doing a bunch of training hours, and they're trying to feed me enough hours to keep me, because they promised they'd give me a certain amount of hours if I transferred, right? Because in January, it's actually a really rocky time, because I'm not actually having any set hours at my pool, Surrey Sport, because I'm in a kind of limbo zone, so it's kind of uncomfortable, but they're trying to give me as many hours as possible, so I'm getting paid 2 hours to ride the new slide and tell them if it's fun. From 9 to 11 tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Sounds great, doesn't it?
Sounds pretty great.
Yeah, so
we're talking about Chaika, and
OVA said.
Yeah, I was saying about the OVA. I don't know if there's going to be an OVA. I really, really hope there is, because we need more. The funny thing about Chaika is that after her memories are erased, I was really hoping, I was like, please don't let this be an excuse just to make her talk normally. I swear to God, if she doesn't speak in broken English, I'm going to be pissed off.
What did she speak in?
All she said was thank you, so I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
That, you take away her way of speaking, you take away her Chaika-ness, alright? You don't do that. But yeah, I need an OVA. I need more.
Yeah.
I need to know what Toru's going to do with his life now. Sure, he's a Dragon Cavalier. Is there work for Dragon Cavaliers in the world? I don't know. I don't know anything about them. I need to know more.
It was way too rushed. It makes me feel like when that guy said that it was really sad removing it from his queue, I kind of removed it with a little bit of force, because I was not happy with how they did that.
I was sad because I know I won't be getting any more. There might be. Oh, dude, I would kill for a Chaika movie. Oh, please give me a Chaika movie.
But, so what do you think?
Okay, so season 1 I gave a 10 out of 10. Season 2 is not nearly as good. I would give it an 8. 7.5 well, God, this ending. Okay, I'll give it an 8, because aside from the ending, I did love this series.
I'd give it a 7.5, because the ending is super important to me, because if I don't feel closure from an anime, I don't feel good about it. And I don't like it, and it spoils it. So 7.5.
Overall, season 1 was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Season 2 has... It's so sad that season 2's issues were non-existent until the last episode. That's so disappointing.
I'd give it 8 out of 10 in total for everything, because just because it is season 2 doesn't mean that it's not the series as a whole, and because that's how the series ended, it loses 2 points.
I give it an 8.5.
8 out of 10 for me.
I still love Chaika. Chaika's one of my favorite... I don't know. I would say it's not one of my favorite anime of all time, but it's one that I will always look at fondly. And it belongs in my at least top 20. It wouldn't break my top 5, but it belongs in my top 20. I love it.
It belongs
so much.
in my top 20. But dang, that ending.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It's awful that it soured us. Such a good series to end on such a sorry note.
Speaking of sorry.
Sword Art. Can your wife please stop texting us?
Excuse me. Suck it up.
What do you mean, suck it up?
I'll let you read it.
Sword Art Online, episode 22 and 23. End of the journey and the dream begins. So you started at End of the Journey, which was the payoff for like the last 4 episodes. And I said, Spencer, you need to start before this. And you're like, no, I can get it from the opening. And granted, you did get the gist of what happened in the opening, but it didn't hit you as hard as it was supposed to.
My level of care for Sword Art Online is like negative 10,000. I don't care. You said it would be decent, but it's
good.
the same old crap.
I disagree.
It's the same old crap.
So End of the Journey.
Why do I have to skip parts of an anime to make it? It's never going to make my top 100 because I have to.
Skip what? You just skipped the crappy arc.
I'll be like, okay, so Sword Art Online's a great anime, but only watch the first arc of season 1, not the second arc, and only watch the first arc of season 2, not the second one. The third one's alright, but only started episode 22. I don't know about the fourth arc. Like, why do you have to do that? If an anime's good, it's good the whole time. Okay, I promise you that I will go back and I will rewatch from the beginning of this arc, and I'll rewatch and I'll try to get all the feels and stuff. But it's just classic Sword Art Online. I'm just so ready to be disappointed. And your hate for Kirito is so insane that I can't wait for it every time.
Like you look forward to my hate?
Yeah.
Okay.
You spoiled I think Kirito's a decent character, but
how dare you?
You think he's cancerous.
He is cancer. He's a terrible thing.
The reason that I hate this manga or this anime is the fact that it's just so lame. It's a non-talked about harem that nobody discusses. It's a harem, straight up. Everyone knows that.
Yep.
And it's not as good as Log Horizon in regards to virtual world fighting.
True.
It's just subpar in every direction.
Yep.
So why would I want to cover this crap?
Well, the new arc's nice. I like it.
Let's talk about it then at least.
So End of the Journey, Asuna finally goes to of course, Kirito being the absolute god he is, knows where Yuki is. So he's like, you want to see Yuki? Here, go to this hospital. She's probably there. So of course she's there. Yuki has... Okay, I want to give this anime some props for not using cancer or some made-up disease. They go for AIDS. I've never seen an anime where AIDS was like a big illness.
Me neither.
So that was kind of cool. Just that they're using it, I guess. Yeah, Yuki's real body. Wow. Yeah. You saw it, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And her entire guild, the Sleeping Knights, is made of people like her who are diving in order to get away from their terminal illnesses.
That's deep, man.
And I love that name, Sleeping Knights. That's amazing. That's so good. Props to the writer for actually doing something well for once.
Well, it probably wasn't Kirito's writer. Kirito's writer is a separate guy. He
He
doesn't meet anybody else. He goes in and he reads the plot points and he goes, okay, so Kirito, that's why Kirito only ever says things that advance the plot.
So this episode had it was all Asuna and Yuki and the doctor, and then there was like one flashback to Kirito, and you're like, oh, I'm glad Kirito can make an appearance. He made a cameo in an episode where he wasn't necessary. So there's like hugs and they're crying, and like Yuki's like, I just want to go to school, and Asuna's like, oh, we could do that. You're like, that can't happen. I'm like, no, listen, remember that thing with Yui? That's what they're gonna use. And lo and behold, that's what they did. So Yuki goes to school with Asuna, and oh my god, Kirito. Oh, I hate this character. In no universe can I believe that this kid is capable of, 1, building this machine, and 2, the most important one, capable of building a learning algorithm that can fix your movement. Do you know how hard it is to make a learning algorithm? It takes years and so much practice and studying. It takes so much effort. And just, your learning algorithm can handle it. No. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, Kirito. I hate you.
Wait, what about that stupid high school battle anime with the robot kid and his sister? And he was like made a flying thing.
Metabots?
No, he made like a flying device, and they're like flying around a room. And there's a car that exploded, and he killed people.
Tonari no Seki-kun?
No, it was like the high school with all the girls, and the girl who was like totally mad for his brother. Come on. And there's that stupid scene where they're riding on the bus, and she's like, "Oh, he's working so hard. He must be so warm." It's this. Come on.
A regular Magic High School.
He's exactly like Kirito.
Oh yeah, Tatsu's a terrible character too.
Oh, okay, good. I just want to see you say that. Now I feel like I can sleep.
He's such a bad character.
Okay,
but the thing is, Tatsuya doesn't piss me off as much because at least the thing with Tatsuya is he's been experimented on. So like he's had implants and crap. So realistically, he could probably do this because he's not totally human. Kirito, I'm supposed to believe, is this godchild, and I don't believe that.
So the dream begins is Asuna trying to make up with her mom in a way that I don't really understand.
Well, okay, so she takes Yuki to the school, blah, 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 have fun, whatever. Yuki reads a book, which is actually, the book is more interesting than Sword Art.
Oh yeah, I want a movie about the book.
I want to read the book.
I want to watch an anime about the
book. Yeah,
book.
I did too. I was like, this sounds like a Ghibli film.
Yeah.
So, and then she takes Yuki to her house, and then she's like, my sister and I used to run here, blah, 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 AIDS, I'm dying. And then she's like, what? And then she's like, will you marry me, Asuna? But you have to be the wife, otherwise my name will be Yuki. I thought that was really funny. And Asuna's like so uncomfortable. Yeah. She's surprisingly uncomfortable at the thought of marrying a woman. And
surprising.
And then Yuki's like, be careful of Kirito because he doesn't live in the same realm as us. I'm like, did she just admit that Kirito's a god?
Yeah, and then Asuna's like, oh, you, Kirito. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Oh, this stupid editor. So then she goes to her mom and goes, virtual world, can't talk to you. Puts it on her head. They go, they're in a cabin. They're like, oh, look, you're fat. No, you're fat, mom. Fat.
That's how daughters get along.
Yeah, make fun of it. Daughters?
I mean, mother and daughter.
They just make fun of each other's weight. Lol. Then they open the window like...
Women, am I right?
Yeah. Then they open a window and they like just remind you of the thing. Oh yeah, it reminds me exactly of my parents' cabin in winter.
That cabin looked really nice.
It was really nice. It looked like it.
Yeah.
And she's like, they supported you and they want you to come to rest. And she's like, you can stay at the school if you study harder.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, I get what she was trying to say, but it's no way convincing to stay at a school. It doesn't. They don't relate.
I didn't get that.
She's trying to say that she wants to live her life similar to her mother, where she wants to go do her own thing, but she wants to support others instead of just supporting herself.
So did you say you want to live your life like a Kamehameha?
Give your all and never give up.
She should have just said that. Totally would have convinced the mom. Convinced my mom.
Together we can win. I have you to believe it. Live your life like a Kamehameha. All right. She should have said that. It's more convincing than her speech.
It is.
Honestly.
I understand it better.
I don't get how her mom was. I mean, her mom cried. Maybe the tears convinced her. Maybe her tears were like, man, I'm being a really crappy mom. I should let Asuna do what she wants.
I think that was it.
But I don't. It just doesn't. It didn't work for me. So that happened. There's another arc that they're going to do, but I don't know if they're actually going to do it. People are like, it could go for another arc, or they might do it another season. I don't know, but I can tell you this much. If Kirito's the main character, I'm not going to watch it. Because he's garbage.
I just don't care. This is probably the last time we're covering Sword Art Online.
It might be.
Might be. Enjoy it while it lasts.
We covered it for like 2 weeks.
Speaking of enjoy it while it lasts, how about all the characters of Akame Ga Kill?
Alright, Akame Ga Kill, episode 23, 24, Kill the Emperor and Akame Ga Kill. So, Kill the Emperor. Emperor gets in a giant Gundam, proceeds to kill his own people, as like, it's your fault that I'm killing all these people. So dumb. I mean, he's a kid, so I can forgive his stupidity.
No. He got his, though. Don't worry.
He did. It's true. But he took it like a man, I'm going to say. And then, so, I like how Tatsumi, and finally, he just proves, like, my armor is superior, because I didn't know that Waves couldn't adapt. I thought his would adapt too, but no. So Tatsumi is an ever-evolving one. Waves is just static. So Tatsumi's like, I need to get stronger. Super Saiyan!
Yeah.
And then he wrecks.
He goes into demon mode, pretty much.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he dies. But then, you and I weren't sure if he died. So we're like...
Okay, but the amount of crap and bullets he took, he beat this giant creature by punching it in the stomach over and over again.
Yeah.
Then saved a bunch of people by stopping it by shredding his legs apart.
Yeah. If he didn't do that, he would have lived.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, he's dead. I'm like, yeah, he's not dead.
You know, we were like, we said, I don't know if he's dead or not, but if he did die, that is absolutely the best way he could possibly go.
Best way.
He was so manly.
But the thing about Akame Ga Kill, the final episode, though, Tatsumi became such a I thought he was the main character. No, Akame's the main character.
She is in the title.
It's like the mangaka or even the animator was like, oh, look, guys, you totally forgot that Akame is the main character. Tatsumi's not really that important. And I'm like, what?
The problem with the last episode of Akame Ga Kill is that it had Akame in it.
Yeah, that's the big problem.
We don't care about this character. Who does? Akame sucks.
I have to say, the fight between Akame and Esdeath was at the levels of Fate Stay or maybe even beyond. It was beautiful.
Really? I thought it looked horrible.
I thought the fight was amazing looking.
Did you? Okay, when they zoomed out and their swords clashed, it was so crappy.
Oh, I thought it looked really beautiful.
Awful.
I liked it. Anyways, the way she died, after image, death, cool. I'm glad Estes was dead.
No, it was a cool way that she outsmarted her.
But
because I was like, you can't beat a person who can stop time. At any time, she's like, I'm gonna stop time, slit your throat, you're dead. And then she after imaged her. All right, she pulled the Dragon Ball Z. Fine. So
Tatsumi, no.
the ice coffin.
Oh.
So she goes to Tatsumi. I figured she would do this. Like, she wants to die with Tatsumi. That's fine. She loves him, right? Makes sense. So she goes and she comes with him. Like, oh, that's sweet. She makes a coffin. I was like, oh, that's nice. Explode.
It exploded to a million pieces. It was at that moment that all of my belief that Tatsumi would come back to life shattered into a million ice particles.
The entire time they were fighting, I was like, so Tatsumi's just going to wake up and be like, hey, stop this, right?
Or he's going to come in and do the final blow or something.
Yeah. But then at the end, when I was saying that, like, I was like stone faced when it exploded. It was 1 a.m. when I was watching this. I burst out laughing. It was so funny. And I was just like, I can't believe that just happened. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone.
And then we persisted to forget about him completely.
Yeah. And then they gave the most unnecessary death to Best Girl Leon. Why would you do that? You hurt my heart. Why?
I think
why
that
would you
was
hurt
the
my
best death of the season, though.
Why?
Just because, like, no one like, I thought Leon was going to live, but it just shows that the evilness of this world that she lived in was finally getting snuffed out. Like, he was the last most evil person. He had a really cheap trump card that kills other Imperial arms.
Yeah, it's
cheap.
pretty bold.
And then he shoots her in the stomach 8 times. She gets Boromir'd. And then he punches the crap out of his face.
That was brutal.
His face was like exploded.
It was so satisfying.
It was actually the most. I would have not been satisfied if that chubby guy got killed by sword slices and stuff.
Yeah,
getting his face freaking bashed in. Leon, best girl.
So Leon, despite getting Boromir'd, still had enough energy to hug Akame, give a nice little speech, wander around the slums
wrap
for a bit.
up with her slum friends, and then die in an alley.
Yeah, and then she dies in a friggin' alley.
Oh my god!
Why in an alley? You can't. People are gonna be finding like everybody in the slums knows her, right? Eventually, some drunk dude's gonna go take a piss in that alley. He's gonna be like, "So Leon's dead."
Yeah, I know.
Like that's just gonna make people sad.
So the worst. The only people that were left alive of this crappy death fest, which was okay, was Najinda or whatever
I
her name
swear
is.
to God, she did this to piss me off.
I know.
Because Najinda was like, I called it so early on. Najenda's gonna die. There's no way she's gonna, she's like, oh, I'm not gonna die. My lifespan's just been shortened. Oh, you did it just for me, didn't you?
Yeah, she's like, Raj, you think I'm gonna die, right? No, I'm just gonna die a little earlier in life.
Damn you, Najinda.
So everybody died. She pulled out the poor guy's goggles again. Went, and put it back in.
Lava gets such this.
Lava.
I mean, they're trying to show us like, oh, she cares. No, she doesn't. She just has his goggles.
She's like, oh, what the crap's this thing on my chest? Oh, it's goggles. It puts it back. She didn't even care. It was just bothering
I'll
her.
sell these later.
So Akame, she wanders away. I'm like, okay, it's fine.
They blame all the wrongdoings on her. All right,
Okay, whatever. She's gonna be Dark Knight. Cool. I don't care. So she wanders away. I'm like, okay, this is oh well. And then at the end, after the credits, did you watch that?
I did. I was like, after the credits, it's gonna be something really important. Oh man.
No, she's just continuing to kill people.
Man.
This series gets a solid 6 out of 10 for me.
There was that one moment though. It was before the end of the credits. It was really sad where it goes back to Tatsumi's village and they're getting money and they're like,
that was sad.
Our heroes are gonna come home.
I was like, oh.
I was like,
They're
all dead.
2 of them got wrecked immediately. One of them barely made it, but then died.
One of them died a hero though.
The only one that I'm glad Wave lived. I wish Wave died and not Tatsumi though.
Yeah, Wave was not as cool.
We got Wave. We got Pansy-kun with wings.
Oh yeah, Wing guy's lame. The only reason he didn't die is because he didn't do anything.
It's because he was nice. He was a good guy. I don't know, whatever.
Tatsumi's a good guy. So I did like how when they go to Kuromi's grave, which is way too far away, by the way, it's very inconvenient.
Way too far away.
It's way too far away. Okay, I like how he's like. I like how he says. I bet Estes finally with Tatsumi. I bet he's running away from her right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I was just like, oh, it's like Tatsumi in death has to run away from Estes all the time. That'd be a horrible death.
Well, I think he would choose mine in death because I mean you can't really. I'm assuming you can't be evil in death, so I don't know.
You can do whatever you want in death if Dragon Ball Z is correct.
Yeah. Well, so
what do you give this?
Oh man, you gave it a 6?
Well, no, I'll say okay. The action was beautiful. The storyline, all right. There was tons of loopholes, tons of character development that I didn't understand. But the deaths were beautiful, and the way that everyone died was okay, and they wrapped up the story really well, I think, personally.
I give it a 7.5.
Killing off the main character does give it a boost, so yeah, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Leaving the worst characters alive, not a good.
The two lamest characters are the ones that are left.
I'll give it 7.5 as well.
All right.
7.5. It's not a series that I would recommend someone to watch to show off anime's greatness.
Georgie always asks for action series. I will not recommend this to him.
No. okay, you know what sucks? This sucks. When you get to the end of a really good anime season, like fall, and the summer merging into this, and you get 2 duds. We're already at 2 duds, man.
It's true.
Like, Chaika saved it because it was such a good series throughout the whole thing. But we have 2 duds now. Like, that was personally, in regards to pacing and quality and all that stuff, yes. Akame did well, I think, personally. I think the pacing was great. I think it wrapped it up nicely. We got cameos from Bolsan's wife and daughter, and then the 3
Unnecessary.
the 3 reincarnations of mine and Leone.
Yeah.
All those girls, right?
Leone just died, and then she has a reincarnation.
Like, I don't know, whatever. But I think they wrapped it up well. I don't need to see any more, because anybody I want to see is dead, so it doesn't matter.
It's true. It's by anime laws. Like, there's 3 little girls, and then, like, they all have different hair colors. Why?
Yeah.
Why they're important?
And they zoomed in on the girl, and the girl giving soup, and I'm like, who the crap are these people? I don't remember. And you're like, oh, they're both, like, husband and wife. I'm like, oh, okay.
Husband and wife. You
Husband
mean
and child.
Wife and daughter.
child. Whatever.
You want both to be gay, jeez.
Akame, the reason it lost points for me is because I hate the main character.
Yep.
We do. And the story it didn't end like I kind of wanted it to end, I guess, at the end. So, like, I don't know how to explain it. Why does it get 7 out of 10?
Tatsumi's I don't have a problem with Tatsumi dying.
7.5.
I don't have a problem with Tatsumi dying. Overall, I don't mind the ending. It's just the fact that Akame is the one who had to stand at the end and carry the final episode that made her terrible. Because she's a horrible character.
7.5 though? You think it deserves it?
Yeah,
What
it's not good enough to be an 8.
What else made it lose 2.5 points?
Oh.
The brutal opening.
God, I hate that opening.
Stupid CGI sword. Freaking. That's it. That's why it's 7.5.
Oh, man.
Okay,
So something that hopefully will not be a dud. It only has 1 episode left. Amagi Brilliant Park episode 11.
1 episode left?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing to worry about. So their solution, ingenious solutions.
Yeah.
Soccer, to get the count up, sell half of the park
Yeah.
to
fix
pay
the problem.
everything.
Yeah. And it's a good idea. And he used it. You know what I really liked about this series a lot is, 1, hilarious writing. Makes me laugh or at least smile every episode.
Thank you very much.
The characters are beautifully animated and drawn. The world is great. The pacing is beautiful. The company that does this style, I don't know the name, but is it KyoAni?
No.
I think it's KyoAni. Kyoto Animations. They do like the K-ons and the Beyond the Boundary and all those kind of animes. Beautiful. Beautifully beautiful. And they have amazing cuts that they always do. It's like cut. Comedic timing with this company is above, like, I've never seen someone who's got comedic timing with cuts so well. But they do it. And that's why I love this series.
Something I like about this anime a lot is that Kanye doesn't, I still love how we have his name spelled Kanye like the rapper. Kanye. He doesn't use power.
That's what it is. They didn't use it as a crutch.
He used it 3 times in total, once by accident.
Once by accident, once on a dragon, and he used it 5 times in this episode on 5 different people.
Yeah,
but that was good, and he used it in the right moment. He's very shrewd. I like his business style. Like, he's very collected and calm.
Yeah. Lied
out of his butt, but he was calm. And he got those people to accept it, which was cool. And everything worked out. And what I realized when I was sleeping, because I watched this, the last series, I always say this for last, 'cause I love it. Last episode I watched, and then I went to bed. And then I was thinking about it all night, just kind of playing through whatever. And I realized they did an amazing thing this episode. They contrasted the very first episode with this one.
How?
Beautifully. Remember when Kanye went to the park first? It was dead.
Right.
Absolutely decrepit. He went everywhere. There's nothing. She was showing him places that were lame. Nobody was enjoying them at all.
Yeah, they showed all the places again.
Like, they showed all the different parks, and he hated them. But now, it's so full of life. All the cast members are so tired of working that there's just so many people. Like, it's awesome, right?
Yeah.
But they're 200 people down.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
That's rough.
And they're 3 hours.
Just short.
Now, I know they're going to come through. I hope. I think so.
I'm pretty sure they can
Pretty sure. This way this is kind of gone. But I'm thinking maybe there's classmates might come in. I don't know.
200 classmates?
292.
That's pretty much our high school class.
Who would come, though? I can't figure out how I'll figure this out. They got 49K. That's a lot of people in one day.
Yeah.
For the soccer tournament.
He could, No, that wouldn't work. They could either get other maple liners, which won't work. The school's one good thing. They might do a thing where his sister brings like friends and their friends of friends and friends of friends and stuff like that. Like I'm like in the big party.
292?
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
I've never in my life the biggest attempt I've tried was like 30 people and half of them abandoned me. 292 people is a lot of people. Or I'm just making up that number. Don't get mad at me. But it's around there.
Whatever's left is a lot. And the look on Kane's face was sad.
Shocked.
He'll figure something out.
He's given everything for this.
Yeah, he has.
And I really like that they've touched upon the Latifah's memory loss thing again.
That's the saddest thing is even at the end, even if they do succeed, she's gonna forget.
They might do a 51st Dates thing where they like. Do you ever watch that movie?
I watched like half of it.
Okay, where they like make a movie of everyone and talk about how like so that she can remember immediately.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think they're gonna. You think it's gonna be like a kiss that cures the curse?
Oh, I hope not.
Do you think it's gonna be that way?
I hope not. That'd be dumb.
It would be dumb.
Do you watch the opening for this?
Yes.
Do you know she's naked in the opening?
Is she?
Yeah, Latifah's naked and like bound by thorns, which I get. It's symbolism. She's bound into her childlike body. Still kind of weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Dude, Your Lie in April is completely naked opening. They're dancing together.
Yeah, but they do that a lot in music anime.
Why?
Because it's like, I feel the music.
Oh, we totally talked about this before.
I feel the music in my body. Oh, I'm one with the music. Again,
so,
I don't like
Amagi,
music.
great season. This is going to get 10 out of 10 if this keeps it up.
I don't know if I'll give it that high,
Why?
but I'll definitely give it a high mark.
Well, it'll get a high mark. Maybe, yeah, okay, but I mean, come on. Like, it's been pretty much flawless.
It's been fantastic.
And its humor, plot, and story, characters,
so fun.
music, everything's been awesome.
Looking forward to it, me.
I can't wait to hunch over. Okay.
Stupid Triceratops. Your Lie in April, episode 10, the scenery I shared with you. So this one made you cry.
Okay, it didn't make me cry, it made me tear up. That's what I was trying to tell you. This episode, I know it's not really padding, but it is pushing it really far. But I really appreciate...
Did this episode have a recap at the start too? I can't remember.
Yeah, it recaps a little bit of him. Okay, but Kosei did the classic Kosei where he played through, realized, stopped playing, and... Okay, he has a lot of trauma with his mom, and I understand that.
Well, yeah, she beat his ass.
Yeah, and she's put a lot of blockage in his ability to play piano because she says, I'm going to punish you for abandoning me saying I'm going to die, and then I died. Like, that's an unfortunate coincidence. And so she has a spot that she always sits in the upper right, upper left section, and he's looking, and she's there as a ghost, creepily smiling and blowing in his ear, which is creepy enough.
It's pretty
creepy.
I wouldn't want a ghost relative to breathe in my ear.
But I really like how he came into... playing again because he realized I only want to play for Kaori. Like, I only want to play for her.
Which brings up another problem, because when she dies...
Yeah, she's gonna die.
What is he gonna do? I only want to play for Kaori. Well, now she's dead. You have nothing to play for again.
She's gonna die. I'm gonna punish you. It's
an infinite cycle.
She has two women blowing in his ear. He's playing piano. Oh, poor guy. So he starts playing well, and then he gets to the point where he restarts the competition, and he plays... I guess really,
he played horribly, and then he started playing.
And then he played really well, and he made 3 transformations, which shocked everybody.
I'm glad they explained that because I know nothing about this kind of music. I could not tell the difference.
Yeah,
like
I
was like,
the difference.
Okay, so it's music, and now it's music but slightly louder, and now it's music with sunflowers around it, but it all sounds the same to me. So I'm glad that they explained it because I had no idea.
I love like near the end when they were showing the symbolism of him sitting in the room practicing when she's sleeping and the smell of chalk and I know those senses. Like the when you have a, what do you call it? When you have a moment encapsulated in smells and sights that represents you and kind of who you are. Mm-hmm. Like, okay.
I know exactly what you mean.
I have this moment in my life that I always remember for some stupid reason. I was watching K-On! Okay? And it was the second season of K-On! When they were about to graduate school. And I was in grade 12 at this point. Yeah, I was in K-On! Came on grade 12.
I don't know, I never watched it.
I don't know if this works out, whatever. I was at a point where I think I was in grade 12, like the summer of grade 12 going into university, and I was this really awkward point where I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And K-On! They're graduating, I'm like, oh, this is really intense. I remember vividly, do not know why. It was a spring day, all the windows were open, the sun was pouring into the room, there was like, the blinds were swaying and hitting because the wind was blowing nicely, and there's the computer on this side, and I was sitting at it with a big plate of potatoes with gravy and sour cream. I don't remember why. But it's that moment where I remember that, like, I don't know, like, I can do this, like, there's more to life than just graduating, like, it's not over. I don't know what K-On! Has to do with it, but it was just one of those sweet memories that I remember every moment of it super vividly, and I understand him, and, like, understand, like, that moment where he, like, remembered her scent and all this stuff, but she was crying, so I guess she understood that the music was meant for her, maybe, hopefully.
She was crying because he's back.
Yeah.
She says Kosei's finally back. I'm pretty sure she admired Kosei when she was younger as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people admired him, but I do like how he just says, I don't care what the judges think, I don't care what anybody thinks, my playing is just for her, I want to know what she thinks, which is sweet. But when you look at Tsubaki and the look she gives Kaori, she knows. She knows that not only is he in love with her, but she's in love with him.
Then let it go, man. It's not your job. Leave it alone.
And she knows that this playing is not for her. Tsubaki knows there's nothing here for her.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It ended well.
I don't like the childhood friend thing. Again, I just don't think it's realistic. But I sympathize with the childhood friend. Because you spent all this time with this person, you love them.
And then someone new comes along and steals.
And it's just, they're gone. Right? I can sympathize with that.
It makes you feel very depressed about yourself because you've shown everything. And that everything is not as good as someone who showed you nothing. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I guess I'm not good enough. But I'm kind of looking forward to the next episode just to see how everything wraps up.
I look forward to every episode of this series. It's so good.
It's so good.
You're like, you were talking about 10 out of 10s. This is probably going to get a 10 from me. Mm-hmm. It's fantastic.
Not 10 out of 10.
Not 10 out of 10, but I'd still give this a pretty high grade.
It's still good.
Akatsuki no Yona, episode 10, Anticipation.
So, somebody on Twitter or somewhere was saying that Akatsuki no Yona is going to flop. And a lot of series that are based on their manga are going to flop because the manga's not done yet. Here's my argument. Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, someone did say that.
I'm done. There. Okay, see you later.
All right.
Okay, that's it. I just say Attack on Titan and then we move on. Because Attack on Titan is not done yet. And it still was one of my favorite animes of a long while.
Yeah.
And Full Metal Alchemist Non-Brotherhood, the first one, also not even based on the manga, but a really good series.
Yep.
Not as good as Brotherhood, but a really good series.
Yep.
Okay? Anime that are based on manga that aren't done yet, okay, can be awesome if they go to a season 2 or something. If they decide to finish it up in one season and like just cut it short and totally bypass what the manga's talking about, then whatever. Hajime no Ippo, I'm currently watching that. Anime's great. Manga's still ongoing. Just because the manga's ongoing doesn't mean the anime is going to be bad. 80% of the time, the manga's still ongoing when an anime is being created. So that's a horrible argument. Just saying. Sorry if you listen to our podcast.
I'm assuming he does. I mean, he did comment on it. So the dragon guy, white dragon, I don't remember his name. Did you write his name down?
Kija.
What kind of name is that?
Chinese.
So Kija, I feel sorry for him in that when he saw Yona, his blood went backwards and he basically had a seizure. That looked painful, man.
It did look painful.
And if every dragon has to go through that, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like having a reverse orgasm.
It's what? So what?
It would orgasm up your body.
So it goes inside of you?
Yeah.
So like it would like
and come in your mouth.
Ew, dude. You of all people. You get grossed out from what stuff I say. I can't believe. Jeez.
See, it's all about timing. You gotta save it.
Oh my god.
That's what she said.
Anyway, this entire episode was basically them mulling around the village. The only part that was mostly interesting was the fight between Kija and Hawk.
Was that a fight?
Spat.
Oh, I see, yeah.
The spat between them. He's like, do you have anything good for us? Here's a bag of money. Now leave. Like, he tried to pay me to leave. What's that bulge in your stomach? I got fat.
Hawk is an amazing character.
He's
I really
so
like
funny.
it. And when he got so arrogant, like when Yona was like, I really want him to say, he's like, ooh.
I need you. He's like, I win.
He was so happy with himself. You know what? I was smiling a lot because when they were sitting on the mat at the big feast, I was looking at all the characters and I really like how their group is meshing. Like, I really like how all of their characters are intermingling and stuff. There's not a character I hate yet.
Yona had the exact same reaction as me when he's like, I can sense the other dragon. He's like, oh, that's handy. She's like, that's convenient. He's like, convenient? I'm like, yeah, it's just, you literally only have that ability to move the plot along.
It's true.
There's no other reason for it.
It almost broke the fourth wall. Almost, but it didn't.
So, I was thinking, as the life of a dragon is kind of crappy for this reason. Your entire life is based around waiting for someone who may or may not show up.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
And has a very high precedence of not showing up if you look at your ancestors.
Yeah.
They all died waiting.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be a dragon.
So that's it? You were making a list and you said one thing.
Was I making a list?
Yeah.
Oh. Also, your hand is kind of scaly. It's ugly.
Yeah, but that's a white dragon. The other dragons aren't like that.
Right. But so I would hate to be the white dragon.
And he's like, oh, we're kind of like brothers. I can't wait for him to get wrecked by the other dragons. Like they don't care about him at all. It'd be funny.
I don't know. If you watch the opening, Hawk gets along really well with one of them. He's going to be drinking buds with him. I think one will be very similar to Hawk. I think one will be very similar to Yoon, just in like a cheerful personality. I guess Yoon's not that cheerful. He's just energetic.
You know what I'm very happy about? This series did not screw itself over like Tokyo ESP did. Okay? It did a flash forward at the beginning, but it's taking a good pacing to get there.
But so did Tokyo Ghoul. I mean, Tokyo ESP.
No, ESP sucked. ESP was just bad.
It's true.
Because the main character was not exciting. The side characters were not good. All this, it was just not good.
The art was bad.
Yeah.
The action was awful.
It was losing fans, so it tried to get more fan services.
The story was garbage.
Yeah.
I did like the fan service.
Oh, wow. We're almost done.
I don't really have anything left to say about Akatsuki.
I'm excited to see where it goes, but this is the kind of story that you can't really analyze because it is doing it well, and I like it. It's hiding story elements. Yay. Thank you.
If this anime ends without Yona, like, resolving this whole Suwon thing, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Why?
Like, if it ends with, like, they're still on their journey to get to Suwon, and, like, he's still the king.
Hold on, man. You're just bitter about Inuyasha. You're having Inuyasha fever right now.
I do not want to spend time on this anime and to be like, by the way, we're ending it here. Maybe 6 years later we'll come up with a season 2.
No, I get it, but if season 1 ends without it being resolved and they're promising to come up with another season 2 in a decent amount of time, that's fine. Don't get pissed about that.
I will.
Why?
Because
I don't want.
I'm not going to get burned twice, Spencer.
If they finish, like how many episodes is it supposed to be?
I have no idea.
Okay.
They're supposed to be like 23.
Okay, fine. That seems like it, because that's technically 2 seasons.
Yeah, so it should finish.
Yes.
So if it doesn't finish,
that's fine.
If it's 12 episodes, it doesn't finish, that's fine. But if it's like 23 or 24
That's what I thought
and it
you
doesn't
were saying.
finish, I'm going to be really angry.
I was like, the pacing would be horrendous if they find all 3 other dragons in one episode and then beat Sue on the next. Oh my gosh. That'd be bad.
I watched a harem where that happened, where it was like 2 episodes left, but there was still a girl missing from the harem, and I was like, this girl's not going to get developed, is she? So she shows up, and she's like, I want to marry you. And he's like, why? He's like, so I can take care of you? Like, it made no sense. And then, like, she makes out with him, because this is the harem where he has to make out with girls to get power. And then so he makes out with the other girls who've had a lot of development, and it makes sense. And he makes out with the new girl, and she's like, that's my first kiss. Like, go get out of here. You don't belong here. Like, why does he need this girl? Leave. Just leave. Anyway.
Okay, so
Grisaia,
are we even watching the same anime? This
What?
Grisaia one?
Grisaia episode. I actually really like this.
I really like this.
I like
a
that
lot.
calendar. Episodes 10 and
a
11,
lot.
angelic how I wanted to. Okay, is Amani a lesbian?
That's a good question.
Because I am going back and forth here. I can't tell if she loves Kazuki as a friend or if it's something more than that.
Well, Kazuki is like saying I love you as well.
Yeah, but it's different. I've told you I loved you. I've told Ray I've loved him.
The sad part about this whole arc is that we know every girl's gonna die.
I know, that is the sad part. And I really, really, really like Kazuki.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
And she's the older sister. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Could you mention this anime more about her?
Okay, so Angelic Howl number 1. What happened was there's a bunch of girls on a basketball team. I found out they're on a basketball team.
I mean, it's in the opening, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't watch it.
I'm going to play basketball and you see all the dead girls around her.
Well, so the bus tire falls up, blows up. They fall off a cliff. 3 people die. Lol. Then Amane meets Kazuki, who is the most straightforward survivalist girl that would put Bear Grylls to shame.
She's exactly like Yuji.
Pretty much. So she goes, okay, this is what we need to do. Analyze, a little bit of dry humor, analyze, a little bit of sexual tension. Good to go. That's pretty much how Kazuki is in a nutshell.
I just got an email from Twitter that asked me if I know James and Brown on Twitter.
Hey, at least you're getting that email. Maybe other people got it. Anyways, so Angelic Howl 1 ended when they kind of solidified their survival techniques.
Well, not really. They just broke into groups
The
and they're actually food.
Chiaki girl, she's the
Chiaki.
president. She's the really rude one who's like yelling at everybody and like power tripping a lot. They'd get a lot more done if Kazuki was the main girl.
I think they get about the same amount done, honestly.
It's true.
Kazuki has a lot to say.
Kazuki undermines Chucky every time she leaves. Chucky leaves, he goes, actually, I think Chucky's right, but we should do it this way. And then that's it. So, the worst part about this Angelic Hell number 2 was when Megumi's dog died.
I thought that dog wasn't real until it died.
Yeah.
I honestly, until they're like, the dog's
we
sick.
didn't see anything about it.
Well, she was holding it in the bus, and I was like, because I was like, realistically, if the bus fell off a cliff, there's no way that dog would have survived. So the dog must be fake. And then suddenly it died. I was like, what? It was real? All right.
Okay, and the cute dog's lying on the ground like, I can't do it, it's staring at me. I couldn't freaking do that. I couldn't carve up a dog and eat it for meat. No freaking way, no, could I do it. And then Kazuki's like, it's fine.
Now you don't know it's staring at you.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that was so gross, man.
Ugh.
And then they like eat the dog meat and they're like, we lived a little longer. But you don't live anyways, you stupid dog.
Well, maybe it helped Amane.
It did help, I
so,
guess.
about Amane, she looks so much better. She looks so much better when her boobs aren't out of proportion.
Yeah, and she looks like a normal sized person. How did she get so ridiculously busted?
Maybe it was the dog meat. And then I actually really like how she looks with glasses. Mm-hmm. She's cute. I like it. I like it way better than older Amane.
Okay, so there's the teacher whose name is Yoshihiko Sensei.
He's dead.
He's all like, "Oh, I'm OP. I'm gonna take half your food." And
Okay,
leave.
there's one or two things that happen. He either died, or he's gonna come back with help when everybody except for Amane is dead.
Yeah, that's obviously what happens.
Probably. That's
Because
how she gets
lives.
out. There's no way.
So
there's
this
no other way
guy,
she can get
this
out.
freaking guy, his only job in this whole anime at this point was to sit around and do dick all. He didn't do anything. Why isn't he doing things? Why is the president doing everything?
True.
He's just sitting on his butt doing nothing. He takes like the dead people out, probably snaps, and then his main job is to advance the plot. Because they would live for a lot longer if he didn't take half the food.
Yeah.
But he took half the food, wore a clear rain jacket, and walked away. I'll be back. And then they're like, no one believed him. no one really believed
Not
him.
even half believed him.
And
I
then,
would have believed
and
him.
then there's this crazy girl who's singing around, boozy, boozy,
Oh yeah, she's
They sing that song in,
she's gonna die.
I know it's a very childish song, but they sing it in Usagi Drop.
Okay.
I have the soundtrack and that song plays. And I'm like, it's a pretty weird song. But she's gonna die. She's like,
Probably they're all gonna
she's
die.
like diarrheaing herself when she's like dancing.
But they said they all have diarrhea.
But she's like dancing and
You
diarrhea.
get diarrhea when you're malnourished, right?
Freaking nasty. Those two girls who are sick in the tent. Like one girl's got mold growing on her body.
Yeah.
Like,
Does
ew.
that happen if you just sit still for too long?
I would think it would.
I mean,
And
it's
she's
been
like scratching and she has wounds.
it's
and
been 11 days that she's been laying down. I've never laid down.
she
that
like
long.
pissed herself in her bed.
Yeah.
Like
Sucks.
she's like, I'm gonna die. I'm like, yeah, you are.
She's like, you're not gonna. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
dead.
dead. And the other girl's like, I'm itchy.
She's like, at the very least, I appreciate that she sees that she's being a burden. And she's like, I'm so sorry, I'm going to repay this debt. Because I would feel terrible if I was incapacitated and all these people are taking care of me and everybody's suffering and all I can do is lay there.
Yeah.
I would feel horrible. I just feel like dead
It's
weight.
brutal, man. Like I'm realizing, I was thinking, oh, like surviving in the wilderness like might be fun sometime, blah, blah, blah. You figured no, like this is really realistic. Like they're screwed.
Yeah.
I'm wondering like why, like, I mean, they're just on a mountain. It's not that bad. But frankly, they have no food. They have no way of getting food.
They got snails.
They have snails, and they're getting like diseases from the drinking the raw water.
Are there no animals for them to eat?
Yeah, but who's gonna hunt Kazuki?
Yeah, Kazuki can do it.
But still, makes you think how young Yuji is at this point. If his older sister looks like that,
I don't know. Amane was that much older than him.
I really like the pacing of these two.
I also like how, yeah, these two episodes have been some of the best. I now understand why Angelic Howl is a fan favorite, because this is easily the best arc so far.
What do you mean a fan favorite?
I mean, so this is the fan favorite arc, the fan favorite
In
route.
the VN.
Yeah, Amane's route is the fan favorite, and I mean, I didn't get it because Amane, I didn't like her, but I freaking love this arc so far.
It's really
so
nice.
good.
It's really good. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to see what happens. I mean, everyone's gonna die. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not like.
I was so excited after I came home from work and the party on Sunday night. I just went up. I woke up and went to work. Right. I got home. I sat down and I was like, I can't wait to watch some Grisaia. I'm so excited, and it did not disappoint. So, Supernatural Battles, Episode 10, Fool's Labyrinth, aka Back to the Harem, back to.
Oh no!
You suck.
I'm sorry.
Back to the harem, back to the comedy. The best part of this episode was the first half, where he's with Chifuyu and Kuki, and they're it's so funny.
He goes to the water park so many times.
It's so cute. Oh, I love Chifuyu, and she smiles, and she's all happy, and she's in love.
Yeah.
And then Ando's being legit. He goes to Kuki and says, most likely I will not be able to stay with her forever, so you have to take care of her. I can. Because he's significantly older. He's probably going to move away for college. Even if he doesn't, eventually he's going to have to get a job. And he's just not going to be able to hang out with her as much. Life is going to take them apart. Even the other girls, life is going to separate them. Look at high school. How many people do we see from high school? Not that many.
Nobody.
I only see a few. I see you the most, probably. It's just how it is. And that's, I mean, you and I live 5 minutes away from each other.
We only see each other once, maybe twice a week.
Yeah. You took away my list. I mean, it's our list, but. I did love it. It followed classic harem law, where if one attempts to break the harem, they are then absorbed into the harem. It's just classic harem. It's gonna happen.
Because the main character's so OP, like
He's
Kirito.
so okay. When they talked about Schrodinger's cat, I was like, oh no, I know where this is going. That's something a Chuny would know. And then he just like completely wrecks. I don't want the car. I want the whale. All right, whatever.
I would have taken the car and sold it. But he's a good guy. He's like, don't be a goof.
He's absolutely a good guy. But here's the thing about Chifuyu. I understand that it's not the whale she wanted. It's for Ando to win the whale for her. Because I was like, she can make as many whales she wants. She has the power of creation. But there's a good feeling you get when somebody wins something for you.
I want a Yoshi thing for Janelle.
You did, and it's huge, and I want one of my own.
It's awesome. She loves Yoshi a lot, which is why she mains in Smash
Yeah,
Brothers.
I wish a girl would win something for me.
What? I think you got your role reversed, man.
What? Oh, so I'm a man, I have to win something? Why can't a girl win something for me? Why can't I be the princess? I want to be the little spoon.
There was like three mini episodes in this.
Have you
one
never
episode.
been the little spoon?
It's weird.
It's pretty nice.
I don't really appreciate it.
I like it.
Anyways, not Janelle, Little Spoon, thinking about that. So, what's her name?
Are you talking about Chifuyu, Tomoyo, Sayumi?
Yeah, Sayumi. So Sayumi goes balls out, breasts out, boobs out.
Well, she wears a bikini.
She busted.
It suits her. Oh, yeah. She is busty. I miss her glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't wear glasses to a pool anyway, but...
But, so it was pretty funny when she was trying not to get her bathing suit wet.
She's a boss.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she wrecks.
Yeah. And Ando's just so impressed.
He's
the good thing about Ando,
he's like, you're so amazing.
He never judges. So then she finally does get it wet after he got tricked in that loser
Don't
guy.
look at me.
But he's part of a supernatural crew.
He is. He's got power.
That's pretty interesting.
So he knows that they have powers as well.
Yeah.
Which means maybe eventually I'll get what I want, and the opening is what's been shown in the opening since day one, which is Ando walking like a badass to a bunch of other superpower people so we can have a battle, is gonna happen.
Can that finally happen, please?
I'm waiting for that.
When's the last episode?
This is not the right anime to wish for that. I understand that. Believe me, do I understand that? But my maiden heart is holding out hope.
Do we have 2 episodes left?
I don't know how many we have left. Next episode is him with Hatoko, though. It's gonna get real next episode. Oh boy.
Like, in a good way?
I watched the preview. It's gonna get heavy.
Did they make out?
She pins him to the ground, and they get really close, and she's blushing. She's gonna try to confess.
Excellent. Well, and at the end of the episode...
I feel like Ando would say yes.
Tomio got wrecked. She's like, I'm gonna invite him to the water park.
It's her fault.
Yeah,
she didn't say... Like, even... I get that he's gonna go with Hatoko, and that, like, worries you. Just take him after.
She's like, oh, never mind, see you later. But it's funny because she's like, oh no, Hachiko's going with him. He's like, oh, I hate this. I really wish my family would find other people to go with.
Yeah, he's like, man, I really don't want to go to this. Oh my god.
I mean, I was there in high school going to family trips. Was like, no.
Oh, I still hate family trips. My family wants to go to Greece or something. I don't want to go to Greece, dude.
With your family?
Yeah.
Sounds like a pain in the butt.
I like traveling either with friends or alone. I'm okay with that. I don't want to go with family. It's ugh.
So I'm looking forward to this supernatural battles getting back to battles of supernatural kind.
You know what's probably going to happen?
What?
Is that my family goes to Greece and I stay home. I prefer that.
Full hermit.
Oh, dude, the hermit's going to be real. I mean, I can't be full hermit because I have to take my dog out for walks, so.
You should make a robot that does it for you.
With a learning algorithm? We'll take it for the most efficient routes.
Yeah.
I hate that character so much.
Okay, so we want to talk about Kokiri for a minute here.
Do we though? So I followed the 3-episode rule. I still don't like it. I still do not find it funny. I did not laugh a single time.
I enjoyed it because I was at a point in my exams when I was procrastinating, and things are very enjoyable when you're procrastinating.
It's true.
So I watched the most recent episode that came out, and Kokiri had bought some youth potion. He was going to drink it after his bath. But then the dog and the raccoon drank it, and they both turned into babies, and they're taking care of it and stuff. which it was okay, but then the main girl was scared of babies and hid.
What? She's afraid of babies?
The gags aren't really that funny, and I was interested in it, but the last 2 episodes did not, so I removed it from my queue without any problem. So we won't be talking about Kokiri anymore. I tried, I really did, but some of the reactions are just over the top with that guy, and it wasn't that funny. The good thing about I forget the name of the series now, Barakamon, was that he had his serious moments as well as his crazy. All he ever has is crazy in this anime, and it's not good. So there's that. And we didn't pick up World Trigger. I'm still watching Shirobako.
Oh, why would we pick up World Trigger?
I'm still watching Shirobako. It was pretty interesting. I like it, but we're not talking about it anymore.
The season's coming to an end anyway, so
Yeah.
very, very soon we'll be having a full list again.
And hopefully we'll be able to continue with that list because, I mean, I don't have school or anything, so I should have more free time to watch anime.
I have school.
But, yeah, you have busy school, man.
Doesn't matter. I
so
was able to make time.
We're moving our release dates or at least the recording dates for our podcast.
Well, our release date goes with our recording date, so.
Yeah, so Tuesdays, hopefully now.
Yeah.
I know we jump around a lot, but it's just how it has to be. Thanks for being patient. I guess it's just surprising for you all the time.
Yeah, so next Tuesday, which is tomorrow, we'll not have a podcast because, you get one today.
You get one this one, then you get one on Tuesday.
Yeah, so 2 Tuesdays from now.
It's nice because Tuesdays usually have nothing. What do Tuesdays have? Yona? In the morning.
Tuesday has Yona, not Yona has Tuesday. We can watch Yona together or something, and we can do the podcast.
Cool. Okay.
I do like Yona.
Me like some Yona.
Oh, baby.
You want to play some Smash?
Yes. No,
yeah.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't actually want to play Smash.
Me neither.
I mean, I do want to play Smash, but I can't.
We'll play teams online.
I can't. Oh, yeah, you know what? I will. Okay.
Yeah, play with
I
me.
want to see what it's like playing online.
I'll carry
I
you.
haven't done that yet. You have to carry me. I'm not that good.
Okay. Okay, everybody. Oh, by the way, if you have Smash Brothers for Wii U and you want to play, maybe PM us your Nintendo ID and we may add you. I don't know, maybe.
Oh, we could do J&B versus the world.
Yeah, JMB versus the world.
All right, so that's it for this week. We'll come back next week with hopefully the same amount of anime and not less.
Well, we will have less. We just finished 2.
You're right. All right, well, never mind. I'm Raj and Spencer. No. We forgot to do Crepe Corner. Okay, Crepe Corner. Oh, man, that was close.
I'm Raj of Crepe and Brown.
All right, man, I'm sorry about that. Jeez, we haven't done it so long.
Okay, it says dogs are cute, and I click the button. Okay, didn't we answer this one already?
I don't know.
Do Canadians really drink milk from bags?
Oh, we did answer
yes,
this one.
Yes, in the East. No, in the West.
Yeah, so where we live, no, we drink from jugs. In Toronto side, yes, they do.
What was your gateway to anime? Would you recommend it? Yes. Mine was Full Metal Alchemist and... Oh, whoa. No. My gateway to anime was like Monster Rancher and
Monster Rancher.
Digimon and Metabots, Pokemon, like those ones, the Golden Ages. Like those were good.
Thinking all the way back, mine was Card Captors and Sailor Moon and Gundam Wing.
And yes, I would recommend them.
Oh my god, would I recommend Card Captors and Gundam Wing. Sailor Moon's
Card Captors is a very sweet, innocent, don't look for violence kind of anime.
I mean, there's violence, but it's like...
it gets you through.
It's like child violence.
Yeah.
It's not much. Yeah, Card Captors is great. I definitely recommend it.
What is your dream job?
Software developer, so what I'm doing right now.
I have no idea. Honestly.
So the whole teacher thing just flew out the window?
No, teacher isn't my dream job. It's just a job.
Huh.
I don't know.
You don't have a dream job?
No.
Really?
No.
Writer? Maybe a director?
No.
Professional gamer?
My dream job would be to get paid to do nothing and to travel and watch anime and play video games. Don't know what that is. Tell me if you know.
Oh, dude, I wish I could be Donald. Donnell, whatever.
From, oh, yeah. Trapped in a room for
10 years, I could just get watch anime.
What do you think about RWBY?
What do you think about Ruby? Oh, boy, I've been waiting for this question. So, Ruby is absolute garbage. It's trash.
It's smelly.
So
we don't like it.
Why?
Let me explain it in 3 letters why we don't like it.
You go ahead.
CGI.
So here's why I don't like Ruby. Granted, I want you to keep this in mind. I've met the people who've made Ruby, and I've met the people who voiced Ruby, and so on and so on. Ruby in itself, the art style. I actually like the art style. I think the CG works. The 2 things Ruby has going for it, the only 2 things Ruby has going for it is okay action. And I'm talking like this is below Sword Art quality. It's only okay. And oh my god, the soundtrack to the series is really good. RWBY has really good music. Wow. It's incredible. Here's the other thing about RWBY. It has a terrible, contrived story that's been done 1,000 times. And it has horrible voice acting. Oh man, it's horrendous. Yeah. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I don't care. I don't want to hear the same excuse that everybody says. Oh, it's an in-house production. It does blah, blah, blah. It's an indie thing. That doesn't give an excuse. If it's shit, it's shit. I don't care how it's made. I don't care what your budget is. It can still be good. And if it's not, there's no excuse for it. It's garbage.
You've heard us wreck on high-budget animes. We're not going to waste our time watching a low-budget anime that people are trying to watch to support them. Because I don't really know if we supported them when we were watching them. Is it on Crunchy?
It's on Crunchy.
Well, then it's technically being partially supported by me only. Get your own account, loser.
I actually watched it on YouTube before it got on Crunchy. I've watched 4 episodes of RWBY. 3 of them unintentional.
Yeah. Do you see this?
Yes, I do see it. Good job. Your grades are nice.
I got 2 A- and a B+.
Nice.
My final GPA is 3.37.
Okay.
I think.
So, I watched the first episode of RWBY, the very first episode. I was like, oh, this is good music. Everything else is garbage. Whatever. And then the other 3 episodes, I was forced to watch at PAX because every time I go to PAX, I go to the Rooster Teeth panel. And every time I go to the Rooster Teeth panel, they show an episode of RWBY and I want to kill myself. Whenever somebody asks me, hey, Raj, do you watch RWBY? I always say the exact same thing. No, I watch real anime. And that's as true as it can be.
Okay,
RWBY is a Western imitation of anime. I'd like to compare RWBY to The Last Airbender. I'd say The Last Airbender is also a Western imitation of anime. But The Last Airbender does it right.
Far superior.
It's so good.
Yeah.
RWBY is complete garbage. It's awful.
Look, and we're not bashing Rooster Teeth for trying something new and for trying to make something, because we know we're creators, okay? You create games, I create images and movies and all that stuff. Creating is so much hard. It's uneven, uncomparably. It's laughably more difficult than consuming, obviously.
Yeah,
okay?
and they obviously put a lot of work into this.
Our kind of job that we have right now, not a job, but we critique things, okay? We're lazy. we're lazy consumers in that we think we have a right to comment on something. You know what? You guys listen, that's fantastic. But making something is next level hard, okay? You're putting yourself out there. You're putting your life on the line, or your life's time on the line, your work. And you put it out there and people judge you, like us, okay? And sometimes you get harsh words, sometimes you don't. But that doesn't mean that we're just going to cover it with praise because they worked hard. You can work hard and fail.
It's true. It's very true.
I mean, come on. But we're not bashing. Don't hate us because we're bashing it. If you like RWBY, love it. Whatever. You're wrong. We have better stuff to do than watch that. Or even Studio Ghibli's attempt at his full CGI
Yeah,
anime.
that was bad.
Okay, that was bad too.
If you like RWBY, you're wrong. That's all I can say. It's just not good.
Least favorite class in college and why? Any programming class. I can't do that crap.
For me, it was any business class. I can do them. They're easy. I consider them a waste of my time, and they're so boring.
But it's in your blood.
Hey, no, I'm doing crim, yo.
Janelle looked at me and she's like, nobody wants anyone with a crim diploma. And I went, sorry, babe. She'll find her way. She's actually trying to get into like a secretary position in a law firm. She's trying.
Yeah, you told me. She'll
try to get there. And if she can, she'll move up from there. So that's good. She's getting frustrated herself because she's like, frick. Sorry. I guess it worked with what I said. She says, I could have taken like a year-long program to have like a law firm kind of schooling where you're a secretary for a law firm, you do a year. She's like, but you know what? I didn't know that I wanted to do law stuff until after my diploma. And I've said time and time again that getting your degree, getting your diploma, getting anything, it's not about what you come out with, but it's about who you come out as. Like, who do you become afterwards, and what do you want to do with your life after that? It's an expensive journey, but it's one that I think is worth taking.
It's friggin' expensive, all right.
I mean, but we paid for it, so it's good.
I'm almost there. I have 1 semester left. I'm so close.
Last one. If you could live anywhere in Canada, then where would you live?
No, anywhere other than Canada.
If you could live anywhere other than Canada, where would you live?
Sweden. Or Denmark. Somewhere around that area.
Quite frankly, I wouldn't live in Japan. Because it's so romanticized.
Oh, wait, living in Japan would ruin it for me.
Yeah, it's so romanticized right now that if I went there, it would be ruined for me.
Japan is like a good vacation spot, but I wouldn't want to live there.
I think I'd live in Greece. Somewhere near the Mediterranean.
You want to be broke?
I don't care about the money. I just want the environment.
All right. I want to live in Sweden because it's like...
Oh, Sweden. Yeah. Oh, wait, you said Sweden?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sweden. I love okay, taxes are high, but I love what they do.
Yeah, they do great things, and
They do great things.
They do great things. Yeah. I don't know much about Sweden. I'm sorry, I'm an ignorant foreigner. But from what I can tell, they prefer a quiet lifestyle, and I'm very much about that.
Yeah, and they have fast internet.
Oh yeah, they do.
So we can have our quiet lifestyle and our fast internet.
That's everything we want. JB moves to Sweden.
JB podcast. Okay, I actually have family there.
I know, you told me.
Cool.
I don't, which would be another reason I want to live there. Ha
Hey, we're just below 2 hours. Perfect.
Woo!
Let's end her.
All right, that's all we got. We'll have more Crepe Corner next week. Oh, please send Crepe Corner questions to @JMB Podcast, which is our Twitter, or you can comment on our YouTube page, wherever you're listening to this, and we'll add those to the program.
And if you like, email jamesnbrownpodcast@gmail.com or our Google Plus page.
That works too.
Which is JMB Podcast, right?
I think so. It's connected to our...
It's connected to our YouTube. It's all connected. We get emails from everything. We don't have a Facebook page because we don't care.
We don't.
And there's other better ways to communicate with our fans. So you can listen to us on iTunes or Podomatic and comment there if you want. Okay.
All right. So I'm Roger James Brown.
And I'm Spencer James and Brown.
We'll see you guys next week with another podcast.
Sorry for hitting the mic so much. Bye.
Let me feel your sting.